Boop. Hey, everybody. We're live. Everybody wave. Do something.
Hello.
Hey, everybody. Happy holidays. Happy post-holidays. Is it? I guess New Year's is a holiday, so it's post-pre. Whatever holidays you celebrate. Happy to you. Hopefully everything's going well for you. We're here. This is it. This is day 2 of our charity stream for Roll20 and their code 2040. I will get into exactly what that means here in a second. I want to go through some of our in-home sponsors first before we get to that, and then we'll put the spotlight on that charity and what we're all doing here tonight. We're going to try to raise some money, and if last night was any indication, we will do just that. So a couple sponsors that we have here at the FeatherFall TableTop channel is Found Familiar Coffee. You may have seen Aaron, one of the founders of Found Familiar Coffee, playing in last night's game. He was Teddy, the adorable bee master. He got a friend early in that game called Deddy. You have to go back and watch it. But you can use code FeatherFall to receive 10% off any of your orders. The link is in the chat there. Thank you, Robo. There's also a link down below. I will say I just ordered some of their Meta Magic and coffee blend, a shirt, because I need a Found Familiar shirt. But I also got a sticker with their new logo, so I'm excited. Hey, randomly generated. Thanks for being here. So I did order some of that. So they are also providing some coupon codes and gift cards for giveaways tonight. And you should see some of those milestones scrolling on the screen there as we go. So yeah, we're going to try to hit some milestones and get you guys some goodies, get you all some goodies. That would be a great idea. Second sponsor for FeatherFall Tabletop is Skull Splitter Dice. You can use code FeatherFall again to receive 10% off. Link will be in chat here in just a second, and I'm sure it'll be down below. They also provided some lovely gifts for our giveaway. A set of their glorious metal dice and like a Viking skull mug. You should be seeing a picture on that on the screen there sometime. Pretty hefty looking. I did not get to hold it, but it does look hefty. All right, that brings us to Roll20. Roll20.net. This is how we roll. This is their charity event, code 2040, and they also have gifted some things. A couple codes to redeem Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. So if you haven't picked that one up yet, there's a chance you could win that. But let's get into what Code 2040 is. It is a nonprofit activating, connecting, and mobilizing the largest racial equity community in tech to dismantle the structural barriers that prevent the full participation and leadership of Black and Latinx technologists in the innovation economy. Through events, trainings, early career programs, and knowledge sharing, Code 2040 equips Black and Latinx technologists and their allies with the tools, connections, and care they need to advocate for and achieve racial equity in the industry. So if that sounds like something you can get behind and you are able to do so, the link is in the chat there to donate some money to that. Last night we raised $500 for this, and that's our goal tonight as well. So, and I believe we're already at, whoa, I look away for a second. We were at $20 for the evening tonight, and we were just jumped up 20 more. So, Cranky, thank you again for getting this thing started. So that gives us 3 rolls now on our random tables, and I should say that's what those donations get the players. Every donation that you put in there gets us some rolls on some random tables, and we'll dive into those as the story unfolds. But I got keeping track here, so we have 3 so far. So I think that's housekeeping. Good. All right. I'm going to move around the table here, and we're going to have the players introduce themselves. You're going to introduce yourself personally, who you are and where they can find you on the internet, if you so choose to share that. And you're also going to give us an introduction to your character, who you're playing, class that they are, whatever information you want to give us about them. And yeah, we'll go from there. Here for the funsies, thanks for the follow. And Vic, thanks for the subscription. Appreciate it. And same to you, Wolfskin. And Star, thanks for the follow. There we are. Okay, let's start with Robo. I'm going to start with you.
How am I at any corner of
I
the
know
screen?
you're in the middle. Well, I didn't want to put like somebody new on the spot, so I went with a known commodity here.
No problem.
So
Okay,
Robo, tell us where we can find you and maybe what you got going on and a little bit about your character.
sure. So I am Robo Raygun. I go by Robo Raygun on all platforms: Twitter, Twitch, um, Instagram, everything. I don't particularly stream, but I stream on these guys' channel, FeatherFall Tabletop. I'm in a campaign right now doing Descent into Avernus. That's on Wednesdays. So that you can find me there streaming with these guys. My character tonight, their name is Ardelia Rose, but they go by Artie instead. He's actually a wood elf that is He basically grew up kind of like a wild child in the forest. He's a ranger, and he was raised by all the woodland creatures like the bunnies, the squirrels, and the birds. So he's like a Snow White in terms of he always has these little pets and animals with him. And his subclass is a Swarmkeeper, also similar to Teddy's yesterday, except that he has full control of his little animal swarm that he sends around to do things for him. So he's accompanying Victor right now, traveling as they go on adventures. So.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks, Robo. Let's move up to Typo. Tell us about
Ah,
yourself, where we can find you, and who you're playing tonight.
hello there. I'm Typo, professional engineer and amateur TTRPG stream hobo. You can find me generally bouncing around FeatherFall Tabletop, Polished Cryptid channel, and Friends Who Roll Dice. You can also find me on my Twitter if that's posted anywhere. I'm going to be playing Alistair Roseheart, a paladin of world renown, though the world may not perhaps know this exactly. Trust me, he's known in a few counties over. Yeah, that county, you know the one. Ashwood or something or other. Anyhow, he's totally a paladin, and he's totally good and loyal, and definitely here on an honorable crusade.
We cannot confirm or deny any of what you just said, but
Yeah.
I can describe who he is. He is an Eladrin, about 6.5 feet tall, so he's a bit of a giant, and dressed in this shining silver armor with like this red and green with blonde hair and rose-colored eyes.
rose-colored eyes, like it. Thanks, Typo. Good to have you back on the channel. Let's move over
Thank you.
to Crow at the very top there. Crow, tell us who you are and where we can find you, who you're playing tonight.
Hey guys, I'm Crow, as you said. It's kind of hard to find me online right now, but taking a vacation for the holidays. But I am a freelance artist and a concept artist for video games and animation. And I'll be playing a little halfling girl named Pip, and she is a fey-touched halfling with weird deer ears and tail and odd blue-green eyes. And, well, you'll find out she is. She's a monk and sorcerer multi-classer.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being here tonight, Crow. Appreciate it. All right, moving down, M. Vic. Tell us about yourself and tell us who you're playing tonight.
Sure thing. My name's Invic Plays, and you can find me here on Twitch. I'm a streamer, different things. Mostly DBD, not DND. This is my first time playing D&D, so I'm really excited. But I'm also on Twitter and on Instagram as Invic Plays as well. My character that I'm playing is Victor, and he's a draconic sorcerer. He came into his powers at the age of 16. He was not raised by his birth parents, so he had to make the difficult decision to leave home to learn about his background, his birth family, find an adventure, hone his magic ability, and help those in need. And along the way, being by myself and not knowing anything, I ran into Ardelia, and they've agreed to help me on my journey to find myself.
Awesome. Great. Thanks. Happy to have you here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you. And last but not least, Star, let us know who you are, where they can find you, and who you're playing tonight.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Star. You can find me on the internet, pretty much most social media, as Mad Rad Star Child. I'm more active on Twitter and Tumblr than anything, but I do stream sometimes on my Twitch channel as well, randomly with absolutely zero schedules. So sorry about that. And tonight I will be playing Alice, which stands for Advanced Life Force Incubation Control Engine, a warforged who was created for the sole purpose of being a vessel for a soul, for an archmage who wanted to cheat death. So the mage might show up maybe if it becomes appropriate because he talks in her mind. And she is an artificer.
Awesome.
Cool.
That is going to be fun. I hope some of these random tables bring out your friend there. That would be great. And excuse me, I misspoke. Star was not the last. This is what happens when you start in the middle. Like, instead of a clear starting point, I almost forgot Dion. Dion, last but not least, let us know who you are, where we can find you, and who you're playing tonight.
Hello, I'm Dion. I'm a Twitch streamer. I go by the name Substances Used. That's me in the chat that's been there. Me, hi. I'm kind of relatively new to Twitch in the last couple of months. I came here looking for people to play D&D with, and that's what I found, so I'm here. I am playing Elsa Puffington, a grave cleric who worships Kalimvor. Who was a paladin that seeked out the destruction of undead. Elsa herself has ventured out of her clerical studies to finally go out into the real world. She's never really left the temple, doesn't know how to talk to people, and is just kind of one-track mind of kill all undead.
That's it. All right. Well, Dion, thank you for being here as well. And I should say, Star, thank you for being here if I forgot to say that. Glad to have you all. Thank you. All right. I think that's introductions. Ooh. We just got another $50 donation.
What?
So that's going to be 4 rolls on the old charts there when we get to them. Thank you so much, Deborah, for the $50 donation. Appreciate it.
Oh.
And I assume because you didn't put anonymous, I can call your name out. So we'll do that. So here we go. Let's jump in, because I want to get some of these rolls off of my shoulders and onto your plates. So here we are. We are playing a one-shot module called A Wild Hunt from Uncaged Anthology's Volume 1. This is written by Kat Kruger. This is... I was going to reveal something that should not be revealed to the players. It's one of those DM skills where you just, you know when to stop talking. But here we are. So the players have been given the adventure hook, and I will read that to everyone. While traveling through the region, the adventuring party has heard rumors of an abandoned farmstead. The livestock mysteriously died, and the family went missing shortly after. Villagers from the surrounding area believe the property to be cursed. A monk who inhabits a mountain forest has posted notice in nearby villages seeking assistance to put to rest the curse that overshadows the ranch. The posting promises riches, both material and spiritual. And that's where we pick up with all of you. Some of you have traveled here together. Some of you have just by happenstance met these fellow adventurers at this job board in a local village. And that's where we're going to pick up. You are all kind of all agreed to the terms of this job posting and are now going to be headed to this monk. From what you can tell, there is about an hour's journey out of this village and through the forest to get to this monk's house. So that's where we're going to pick up. I'll leave it to you to kind of set the scene, maybe a little bit more than that. Get yourselves in character here.
Yeah. Well, my newfound friends, it would seem that we've all taken the same job. A noble quest to hunt down some undead, it seems.
So it appears.
Truly, there is nothing more valorous, he says, eyeballing the reward.
Rewards are nothing that I need. I just want to make sure that these undead are taken care of.
And I couldn't agree with you more.
I care not for rewards. I'm just here for the book. I look at Alistair.
Alistair smoke. I told you I'd get that back to you.
Yeah, so Ardeli's gonna look over to Victor and be like, "Aren't you glad that we took this job? Look, you might be able to find something out about your magic powers."
Yeah, I'm so excited to be able to learn about myself.
Mhm.
I should say I skipped over to here for the funsies and Star. Thank you for the donation. So that's 2 more rolls. We are up to that looks like 6 on my count. So let's just go ahead, and I'm going to start with Typo. I need you to roll a D8 for me. A D8.
I don't need divine sense to know that something bad's about to happen.
So that's 1 roll off the charts there.
A D8?
Yeah, D8. Let's see what's going to happen here.
7, the noblest number. Especially in threes and in casinos.
So during your travel here to this village, you had to stay over at an inn, and you ate something that didn't stick with you quite as normal food does. And since then, you haven't felt hunger, and you haven't felt the need for sleep for the day since. So for the duration, which is another 3 days, so that'll encompass this whole scenario, you can't be put to sleep by magic. There you go. And
oh, wow, this is amazing. I'm an elf, and I just realized it.
yeah, but you also aren't getting tired. So even like that elven trance that you would go into is not even like coming into effect. Like you're not feeling any sort of effects from being any sort of tired.
The gods must be smiling on me. Isn't that right, Pip?
Sure.
You're an amazing hype man, Pip.
I do what I can.
Pats on head.
Don't pet me.
Don't worry, I won't do it again. He will do it again.
Victor, you mentioned you'd like to learn more about yourself during this mission?
Yes, I just came into some powers and I didn't realize I had them. And so I had to leave my home. But, now I'm here, and I think if I'm able to work with you all and we're able to help people along the way, I might just find out more about myself.
There's always something to learn on a journey.
That's what I found out.
And with that, Victor, go ahead and roll me a D10. So in Roll20, the second one from the bottom, a D10 there. It's kind of right in the middle.
A 3.
A 3. Oh, this one's no fun. I'm going to move this because this doesn't help us at all.
Okay.
You gain the enlarge or reduce effects spell for 1 hour. And this is one of the magical things that you've kind of stepped into as you've started this journey of yours. Something that, you really have no answer for it. So you can, I'll read what enlarge and reduce does. You can double in size, or you can be halved. And I'll say you can use that once throughout tonight's adventure. So if there's something that you think might be beneficial of growing bigger or reducing yourself, you have that use once. So if you can note it somewhere, I'll try to remember as well. There are some other advantages that come with that. You gain a little bit extra damage if you enlarge. If you reduce, people do less damage to you. And that's above and beyond being bigger or smaller. Okay. All right. So there is a clear path heading out of town. It is an hour journey, so I want to make sure we all have time to kind of figure out our characters and role play through that journey. So just let me know when you're ready to leave town, or if you're walking and talking, we can do that as well.
Yeah, truly, Victor, there is no journey more noble than the journey of self-discovery. And don't worry, you're in good company.
Yes, I can tell.
I am a noble paladin, and this here, Pip, is one of the most fearsome creatures you will ever find. Isn't that right, Pip? Show them your girl face.
She just kind of sticks her hands out like the collar of her long, like ankle length cloak, and just like shows a little thumbs up by her face.
Here's some.
Mm.
I roll for hype.
I roll for hype. I roll against your hype.
Roll
If we
against
have a little bit of time, I might. I have some basic magic that allows me to be alert to other magic that may be around the area. Should I do that now, or should I wait until we arrive? It takes 10 minutes. I have to sit and focus for 10 minutes.
I'd say
dare
maybe
you.
wait until we get there. That way we can just be prepared for as long as possible while there.
I agree. I think it would be very useful when we're there in case there's any magic we need to know about.
Well, I suppose it can't be too bothersome to be prepared for both cases. I mean, we're not in a rush, are we?
No.
DM, can you cast a ritual while you're walking, or no?
I'll answer that here in just a second. Night Owl, thank you for the donation. That's another roll we got. Appreciate it. And, whoa, Lorenzo, thank you for the $50 donation. Pip is the most fearsome. And fearsome's in quotes. I don't know what that means. So, can you cast a ritual while walking? Give me an Arcana check. Let's see that. I'll set a DC. Give me an Arcana check, and we'll see if you can walk and multitask, basically.
Okay. 12.
Yeah, you can do it. As long as the path stays fairly clear, as long as you're not the trailblazer, and you kind of have somebody in front of you and behind you, you'll be able to cast that ritual.
Awesome.
Sound good? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this trail leading out of this town there is a path that you know to take to the monk's place. It does become difficult terrain, so definitely, Alice, you'll need somebody in front of you as it becomes kind of tangled in underbrush and vines and roots that are, it's not a well-traveled path. And as you're going through here, everybody go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay.
As you leave the main path onto this kind of ill-trodden side street here. And go ahead and call out what you rolled for me.
20.
Good.
8.
28. Oof.
8.
I got a 10.
Okay.
20.
Ooh, another 20. Who we missing? Crow? Did I get yours?
Yeah, sorry. Roll 20. It's being...
If you need to look over your collar, you need to look over it.
Oh, thank you.
Victor and Dion, what's your character's name? Sorry.
My character's name is Elsa.
Victor and Elsa, you feel more than you see here. A presence in these woods that are following you from a distance. It's almost as if you're being stalked. Like it's and Pip, you see it too with that 20 there. Yeah, that's a.
Politics is moving. You were right, Alistair.
That's it. That's the luck you get tonight.
Million.
For those in chat, Pip just rolled 2 20s in a row. Not impossible, but awesome nonetheless. So Pip, yeah, you get it as well. And as you're peering over the collar of your jacket, and it's not like you could see anything. It's more like you feel it, and every now and then you catch like a leaf kind of moving in a weird way, like it was brushed up against, but then whatever may have moved it is so deft that it's hard to track, even with that natural 20.
Could I do an action?
Yeah, what would you like to do?
I'm going to do Eyes of the Grave. It's my first level grave domain feature.
Okay.
I gain the ability to occasionally sense the presence of undead, whose existence is an insult to the natural cycle of life. As an action, I open my awareness to magically detect undead. Until the end of my next turn, I know the location of any undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover and that is not protected from divination magic. This sense doesn't tell you anything about a creature's capabilities or identity.
Okay. Sorry, in my the DM's ever multitasking. So you want to cast that, and what are you trying to get out from it? Let me.
It basically is like a quick little blip radar of 60 feet of any undead if they're not behind total cover or concealment.
Yeah, so as you're kind of catching some of these traces and movements within the forest here, you fire that off, and you don't get anything back undead.
Okay.
So
right.
Definitely not undead. And judging by the way it's moving, it's almost like a creature of the woods, like a predator would be able to move throughout these forests and be able to go unseen and unheard. And I should pause us there for a moment. We have met our first goal already, folks. We have met our first goal already. Let's see. Randomly generated $5 for Pip. That gets us to our first goal. So holy cow, I got to remember to get on these rolls. Let's do a giveaway. What do you say? So in chat, if you are here in chat, you are going to type code 2040. That's what it is, right? For some reason, I have 420 in my head. Just number association. Don't think too deep into that. Code 2040 is going to get you entered into that chat. We're going to compile a list. Billy Zed, FeatherFall TableTop is going to go ahead and randomly generate us a winner there. So code 2040 in chat. I'll give you a minute or so to kind of get that in there. This is the first of three, ladies and gentlemen. First of three. And this first one, that Skull Splitter metal dice set is up for grabs, as well as a 25% off of Found Familiar Coffee. Okay, 25% off and a set of metal dice. And those metal dice are legit. So definitely get in on this. So code 2040. I'll let that go on. Let's get back into the game. Holy cow, man, multitasking. Like, DMing's hard enough, guys, but try to do a charity on Sorry. I signed up for it.
I don't envy you.
All right, so here we go. So, as you guys are, was there anything else you wanted to do after you got your reading back?
I'm just gonna relate the information to the party that, just keep your eyes open. There's stuff around us, but it doesn't seem to be anything malevolent.
Okay.
I'm feeling it too. I keep feeling like something's stalking us.
I do have, I'm concentrating on detect magic because I'll just be casting it ritually as we are going. Is there any magic in the area?
Go ahead and roll a d12 for me.
Ooh.
This is this is another roll off of our random tables from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. So d12.
1.
A 1.
Oh no.
I hope that's not bad.
No, this is good, Star. This is good for you, for Alice. So as you are concentrating and casting detect magic, you're not really focusing on your steps so much as you are just on the act of casting the spell. And you step into a puddle that is in front of you, like in this this covered path. You step into a puddle. And as your foot makes contact with that water, your detect magic goes off, and you see kind of that radiance down below you, and you feel this spring of blessed nature and energy coming up into your body. You are now benefiting from the bless spell for 1 hour. So, and as far as our journey goes, that gets you into. It'll get you into the to the monk's place. We'll see. We'll see how fast your travel goes. But you have the bless spell for an hour, so that does go off. And here we are. We have a winner of the Skull Splitter dice and the code for Found Familiar Coffee. That would be Here for Funsies. Let us know. You'll DM, FeatherFall on Twitch, I imagine. I'm sure Billy Zed will reach out to you. But thank you for everything so far. Thank you and congratulations. So there we are. All right. So yeah, Alice, you feel that blessed kind of nature, but that's the only magic that you're getting so far. In your journey.
All right. Well, Pip starts to notice how quiet it is in the forest, and she decides to cast Prestidigitation, play very faint elevator music to keep everybody entertained as they walk. That's what she enjoys.
Yeah, so like the do 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 do
Yeah.
do do do. Yeah, so you're getting that tune over and over as you're all kind of traveling through. And I'll say about half. Oh, go ahead.
Alistair, who has traveled with Pip for years at this point, hears this music for the umpteenth time and just like mumbles to himself as he's like cutting through like vines and roots and everything. Mom always said there was going to be a special place in hell for me. I didn't know I'd find it while I was still alive.
Pip is walking very closely behind him, little feet, and she's just quietly going, I love this song. Meanwhile, it's the only song she knows.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
That reminded me of a thing I can do. I want to use my magical tinkering to imbue my dagger with the same sound so that it just plays on a loop and that nobody has to keep casting it every 6 seconds or whatever.
Oh, the elevator's playing for an hour.
Yeah. So that Alice, if you want to do that, we'll say we have to drop your ritual casting of detect magic.
That's fine.
Yeah, you're able to do that. So now you're getting like a stereo sound, maybe.
Oh no! Echo.
Oh, good.
And Wolf in chat is saying it's a 10-second loop, so it's repeating.
Oh Lord! So
Okay,
And
so
after she does that, Pip is like, it got even better.
so as you're traveling through and kind of picking and choosing your way through this path. You get to this part where just a dense kind of silhouette of spruce trees kind of fills up your vision. It gets even more dense. But through it all, you can see a small shack with a tiny billow of chimney smoke coming out ahead of you. It's probably about 50 yards in front of you, which you all can understand is probably the monk that you're looking for.
Well, it would seem we found our target. Who would like to go first?
Ardelio step behind everybody and not be first.
Immediately trots straight over to him. Just stares at him, waits.
I've been taking the first for so long, my arm's getting tired, and, a paladin should really guard the rear.
I'll go in first.
Okay.
So, yeah, Elsie just steps right on up.
Yes.
It's a door?
Yeah, so you see a small shack that is in front of you. It has a small chimney in it. It's made of, as you get closer, you see that it's made of actual bamboo that has been kind of tied together all the way around. Straw across the top for the roof. And there is a small door in front of it. Not a small door, but a door.
All right, I'm just gonna knock very loudly, just in like a slight even pace too, like a very militant style, just dun 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 dun.
As you do that, the door actually like creaks open, and you get a vision of the inside. You can see it now. You do see a straw mat, sleeping mat, a simple wooden stove that is creating the smoke that you can see from the outside. It does have a small a pot on top of it that you can see something kind of simmering within it. And you do see a back door that is cracked open as well. And you see a man in the back, kind of, he's sitting cross-legged, kind of over an altar of sorts. You can't really make out what it is exactly, but he's sitting there in sort of a quiet trance.
She just kind of points at him. And it's just like, I think he's in prayer. We should leave him alone.
Alright. So Pip hears this and she walks straight into the door and just kind of flops against the man. Get his attention.
So you'd have to go, you can either go around his house or through his house, but he's in the back and he has kind of a curated garden here. He's got some other stones that are kind of stacked up over here for some seating. And as you get closer to him, you see that he is actually sitting next to what would be a gravesite, and there is a headstone in front of him that he is sitting, and he is in closed eyes, kind of in this trance. And as you bump into him, he just centers himself again. You are the ones that have taken the job.
She nods. The bells jingle on her cap.
And he still has his eyes closed, still looking away from you. Judging by the jingling, I assume that is a yes.
Could be.
It is not just you. Who else has come with you?
Hello there. Someone's okay. Alistair Roseheart, paladin of the. He mumbles something incoherent. Order. How do you do? He I waltz up to this man, hold out my hand.
He kind of unfolds his arms and reaches across, grabs your hand, still not looking, still not opening his eyes. Just kind of, you could tell he's really kind of feeling the vibe around without having to open his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The order of the... I couldn't quite catch what you said.
The 1 second. I need to make a quick check. Religion. What's a good order? Ooh, that's a 7. Star Lotus today. Yeah, Star Lotus order.
Beautiful. I have not heard of
Truly.
Thank you, Odie, I imagine, and the crew for your donation. Much appreciated. You're added to the list of roles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to go, guys. Oh, buddy. We'll get into those. So if you've donated and you didn't see your role come in, it will definitely come. I'm kind of waiting, opportune moments, picking and choosing my time. So it'll come. Yes. Who else is with you? And at this point, he kind of unfolds his legs, uncrosses them, and stands up. And he doesn't take up a whole lot of space when he stands up. He just kind of like rises, and he turns around and he does open his eyes to you. Bald head, older man, wearing like the stereotypical monk robe. You all look brave enough. And he kind of looks every one of you in the eye.
Pip just kind of scoffs a little, glances at Alistair.
Are you all brave enough? And again, he looks you again in the eyes.
I mean, we came all the way here. I don't think we would have arrived if anyone chickened out.
Absolutely.
Sometimes the
25 perception.
The thought of riches makes fools of many people. So
I'm not here for riches. I can't speak for the group, but...
Good. And you were saying something, and he looks at you, Victor. What did you say?
I go where I'm needed. I'm not here for the money. I'm here to help those who may need me.
Good. That seems noble. And I think you are needed then. Please, have a seat. And he points to many of like the stone kind of seats that are around, kind of circling this unmarked grave. My name is Bayek. Please, have a seat. We will discuss.
Yeah, and at the mention of seat, Artie will be kind of like all fours and like walk around like a dog kind of and find a little spot and just kind of plop himself down and sit there like a little doggy.
Aw.
Aw. Hey, we got another donation from Star. Thank you. That is for Alstair, the paladin. Love it. Love it. Thank you so much. Yeah, so you have a seat. Good. Everybody else taking a seat? Anybody standing in the back?
I finally walk inside and enter at this point and sit down with everyone else now that I realize, like, oh, okay, he's done praying and stuff.
Okay.
Pip refuses to sit. She's short enough as is.
Alice will sit, but she's not used to sitting, and it's very awkward.
Victor goes and sits right next to Alice.
Good. Well, I guess you want to know what you may be getting into.
Yeah.
A year ago. A year ago, a young man came to me asking for aid to lift the curse from his family's homestead. It is cursed by a 9-tailed fox called a kumiho. It had slaughtered their entire ranch before murdering his family. I gave him my aid, number of potions, but he was unsuccessful in that endeavor. And he is who lies here today. And he points down to the grave in front of him. I believe those potions that I gave him are close by in a cave that seems to be inhabited possibly by this fox that seems to know no bounds, no satiation. It does not stop. And I guess that is your job. That is what you came here for, is to lift this curse and bring justice to this man.
I think at the mention of a fox, Artie's ears are gonna perk up and go like, "Ooh, is this a new friend you say?" And then he'll kind of reconsider and go, "Did you say make friend or kill this animal?"
Its reign of terror needs to stop. However that happens. It depends on how far gone it is. And
I think.
give me a persuasion check as you're.
For me?
Yeah. As you're kind of prodding for a little bit more here.
Sure. Is it going through? Here it is. Okay, I got a 12.
12. I cannot say how far this kumiho is lost within its curse. It can break the curse. But again, it depends on how far gone they are.
And how would one break the curse of a kumiho or gumiho?
With the power of friendship.
Kumiho is how you spell it. Hopefully I'm saying
I believe
it
it's pronounced gumiho, though.
Gumiho. All right, good. I will adjust. Gumiho. How does one fix this? Right this wrong? Well, it's been said that it must refrain from killing and eating for 100 days. And if it can do that and abstain during those 100 days, it has a chance of becoming what it once was.
Which was?
Well, in this case, probably some inhabitant of the forest. Probably somebody much like you or me.
So they turned into a fox?
Yes, they turned into this nine-tailed fox that, again, has been wreaking havoc and destroyed this man's life and his family. But
Are they the first victims?
that I do not know. But if it is close to 1,000, there is no coming back.
I see. And how do we count if it's 1,000 years old? Like, do we like chop it in half and count the rings like a tree?
Not years, not years.
People.
I think you meant victims.
Yeah,
Deaths.
people.
Oh,
Victims.
1,000 victims.
Yes.
Well, if it's 1,000 victims, I feel like it's beyond redemption in a number of ways.
Well,
You
if
said it needs to refrain from eating for 100 days?
Yes, eating that of what it should not eat, and that is the livers of these human beings.
So everything else of the human beings is fine. We just have to stop it from eating the livers. Got it.
Well,
Oh my god.
you can see him kind of chuckle on the inside, but he swallows it down as much as he can. Because while that is funny. Technically, so the story goes, yes, livers are what calculates. But I think to get to the liver of a man or a human, it would take their life. I don't see another way around it.
I mean, there's many ways around a liver. I'm not sure what you're having troubles with.
What if it eats an animal liver?
It does not have the same cursory effect. It has this innate drive for the liver of, and he looks around at all of you. Skips over you, Alice. There's something driving this.
I see. Well, Alice, good news. I don't think you're in severe danger here. unless Alice, the only fleshy part of you is a liver.
I don't believe I have any flesh.
I give a knock on Alice's abdomen. Dun, 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 dun.
Give me one moment and I'll close my eyes.
And as
Milk
you do,
here says I don't have any flesh.
as you do that, Alice, roll a D100 for me. We're gonna mark off another roll here.
60.
60. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll a D6 for me.
3.
Victor.
Which way are you counting?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
which way are you
Victor.
counting?
I'm
Which
going
way?
through the Discord. So, as you're sitting there, you close your eyes, and when you open them, you see Victor's skin, any skin that is exposed, become very silvery and very reflective. So, Victor, are you Dragonborn or
A
What?
draconic sorcerer.
okay? So yeah,
Human. Yeah.
any scales that you have in any color that is on there become silvered and reflective.
So it went from gold to silver.
Yeah, it just becomes almost more shiny, and like a fish scale almost. You can see the gold underneath it, but over the top there is this silvery kind of. It's almost like the xenomorph, slobber that drips down. you're not slimy. Like, don't go that far. But it becomes this very silvery, reflective coating around you. And bonus, you have advantage on saving throws against spells, and spell attacks have disadvantage against you. So if you cast a spell, you have advantage. But if you get one casted on you, they have disadvantage because of this new reflection that you have. And as Alice, as you're thinking of like, anatomy and like flesh and what makes a humanoid, and you open your eyes and you see this kind of change. You didn't will it to happen, but you do see the change as it's going through.
And I think
Does anyone else do that?
Yeah, Artie's gonna look over at Victor and be like, "That's a new one. Did you learn something new? Like, I've never seen you do that trick before."
I was just sitting here thinking about food. I don't know how this happened.
That's great.
I've heard of like self-discovery and like learning more about your race, but completely learning a new race, that's a new one for me. Congratulations, you're silver dragon, I guess.
Hearing what Victor said, Victor starts really thinking about food.
You were quiet. And he turns to you, Elsa. Elsa. He turns to you. You are quiet. Why are you here?
I was coming here investigating the talk of a curse in hopes that it would be undead oriented. However, I'm still here and willing to do what's good for the common people.
I cannot say that there are no undead, but who knows? There has been disturbances in the arcane fabric of the area. So who knows?
Well, there's two things I'm good at. Making sure people don't die and making sure that things are dead stay dead.
Well, I think this is the right combination of adventurers to help lift this curse and give this man some justice. You were thinking of food. Are you hungry?
For livers. I'm kidding.
Again, the chuckle, like gets to this point in his throat, and you can see him just push it down. I have some rice on the stove. It's probably ready. Please join me.
I could eat some rice.
Is the stove like out? Like, are we able to see it, or do we have to like?
Yeah.
Look for it?
Elsa, you would have seen it in the house, and that must have been what was on top of the stove. That was simmering away. Wait here, I'll be right back. And he strolls into into his hut, comes back with a tray. It's got the big pot of rice with bowls around it. Please help yourself.
I think Artie's gonna just be like, "No, I'm good," and then he's gonna start picking little bugs out of his hair. And just eating like bugs. Like, I got it, I'm good. Don't worry about me. And just start eating like just little bugs.
Surprisingly, I've lost my appetite too recently.
And Pip reaches for 2 bowls, and she sees that some people aren't grabbing it, and she just pulls them under her cloak, and they disappear. And you just see a hand like feeding herself through the collar of her cloak.
Victor kind of runs up to the rice and says, "Let's not all go at once," and goes ahead and starts getting some in his bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Cool.
please.
I don't want to be rude, but I don't need to eat. So I'll let you save it for someone who does.
Not rude.
Hearing more of this. Hearing where this Pip goes and reaches for another bowl and pulls it under.
Cheers, yeah.
Elsa takes a bowl and thanks the monk.
Yes, enjoy, please. I will give you directions here in the way in which you should head. And he does have a piece of paper and he's crudely drawing some paths and some key monuments that may be found on your way. And then at the base of it, at the end of his drawing, he does have a cave. This is where his body was found, and that is where my journey ended. It must be beyond.
Not to sound rude or anything, why have you not gone after the creature yourself?
Well, if you could have seen the damage inflicted upon this man. And I am but one. And I am aged. It takes a party of you to be able to accomplish this task. I could not do it.
Would you consider coming with us? You would not be a party of one anymore. It would be many.
I am past my prime. I think I would only hinder. I don't think I can make it.
Pip, please don't bully the poor man. Not everybody has the advantage of us Fae. Well, Fae and, he kind of lifts a finger underneath the tail, plays with it a little bit. Whatever happened to you?
Just a little hand swats him away.
Ow.
At this point, it's probably, it's afternoonish, so you are getting lunch, which is nice. And I do want to pause here from the game, and I do want to remind any viewers there that we are raising money for Code 2040. So if you are able to help out this nonprofit activating and connecting, mobilizing the largest racial equity in tech jobs, please feel free to donate there. The link is in the chat. Any donation that you provide goes to a random roll on some tables here and provide some fun for the players. Also, we are a little ways away from a giveaway. We are about $100 away from our next giveaway. And that next giveaway is, boop, 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 let me scroll up. That would be a redemption code in Roll20 for Tasha's Cauldron of Everything and another 25% off Found Familiar Coffee. So, go ahead and help us out there, if you so, please.
Ooh.
Okay, back to it.
There's something I'd like to ask. Excuse me, I know it's a little bit rude to ask this, but I feel it's necessary given that the requirement for the upkeep of armor and weaponry of a paladin is a rather costly affair. Do you mind explaining in further detail what exactly the rewards would be?
Yes, what the rewards would be. There is the family had buried a dowry that has gone unclaimed and at this point would be unneeded, so that is a possible reward. The potions that I have given this man that went unused will also be a reward.
Oh, I see. That is quite the generous reward. I understand. However, I must admit, and this is a bit personal for me, but recently, as a paladin, I lost my horse. It was a very close companion to me, and I had gone through many journeys with it. And I wouldn't dare ask for such a noble steed to be replaced so easily as with something that you would offer. But perhaps if you were to, say, have a mule or something that one of the farmers or local villagers might be willing to offer as part of reward, it would help me in my paladin endeavors in the future. A paladin without their mount is, well, a rather pitiful affair, after all.
There may be a steed at the homestead, and if it is there, I would say it is yours.
Well. Also, should I roll deception?
Yeah, give me a deception roll while you're doing that. Robo Raygun, 20 big ones. Thank you, my friend.
Holy moly.
To replenish this poor monk's rice that we ate. Thank you for thinking about him.
You're replenishing his rice while I'm trying to steal a mule.
I know, that's why I did it. I was like, I'm gonna donate because I feel so bad that this guy's gonna get swindled out of his rice money. So there you go.
Don't worry. I'm going to be honest. I'm being honest. I'm a noble paladin. Jim, I would like to use my ability, my psychic focus, for lies. So I'm going to get advantage on all deception checks, and I am going to make a deception check right now. That's not a +7. Let's see. That's a 23.
Yeah, you're cool as a cucumber here. Not. Yeah, you're not. There's no fumble in your voice.
I even pull out tissue and like start dabbing the eyes. Like, I'm sorry. I just get so emotional sometimes when I think about old Sparky.
Pippus' hype man is just kind of standing by him, also wiping her eyes.
We're splitting the gold 50-50.
I just remembered that I never undid the magical tinkering, so the elevator music is still playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would definitely give you advantage on that deception check, but you didn't need it. He does finish up his drawing and kind of he lays it out there next. There's a little kind of table that the rice was sitting on. He lays it out next to it. Please take that. If you would like to get there before dark, I imagine you would want to leave very soon.
Pip is still holding the bowl of rice and just going, I would really like something different than rice.
I'm gonna offer you a bug from my hair. It's gonna be like a little centipede and be like,
She'll just like you just see her hand push against her cloak. She's like, it's okay. I have fireflies.
And then I'll just throw it in.
Pull the firefly as well.
All right, Robo, as you eat that bug, go ahead and give me a D100 roll.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
We'll check off another roll here from our donation list. Thank you so much, everybody that has donated so far.
I rolled a 66.
Ooh, and Dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
That's a $35 dono. Thank you so much. We'll add another roll there. You said a 66?
Mm-hmm. Oh God! Why? That laugh is very.
So
it's very
as you eat that bug, all the other bugs in your hair start to whisper to you, like you now start. They all these very soft voices, and some of them you can understand, some of them you can't really. But it's just kind of they're all directed right into your ear.
What are they saying? I was gonna say.
It's a lot of like the ones you can are like, stop eating us. Why are you hurting? No, don't. So you do have advantage on insight checks for an hour. Like,
oh God. Okay, I'll write that down.
These whispers are giving you. Nobody else can hear this. Only you can. So
yeah, I think. As I start hitting, I probably have a bug in my hand right now, and I just look at it, and then I just put it slowly back in my hair, and then put my hand down and just kind of sit there. How sad that I was eating these sentient creatures. So.
Sorry, Robo.
No, it's fine, but I'm traumatized now.
We are 45 away from the next giveaway. 45 away, everybody. So if you can help out, please do. But anyways, so yeah, you're sitting here, you're kind of finishing up. You could see him start to kind of clean up, and you could tell he's very politely getting, when you like stand at the door waiting for somebody to leave for an hour, but you keep talking. He's kind of like, okay, you can get that vibe.
It's like, okay, guys.
Get out.
It's like, okay, are you going to go do your job now or what?
Yeah.
Wait, one more bowl.
Yeah, and by that point, you are getting to the bottom of the pot there. He did not make it knowing that you all would be there, but there was enough made that you are now getting to the end of it.
Yeah, so I think if he's chewing us out, Artie will start kind of walking back out and waiting for everyone to meet him outside. Because he's more comfortable outside anyway than being inside, so.
Okay. You were outside the whole time. You were kind of.
Never mind.
Yeah, you were behind his house in kind of a curated grove that he has a little garden. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he brought everything out to you.
And yeah, I guess Artie will say. So, are you guys ready to head out? Let's go find this fox, and he'll get so excited about this new fox. He might get to meet.
Hey, that's another 5 from Star. Thank you for Robo Ray Gun and the Sentient Bug Snacks.
The centipedes, thank you for your donation.
Yeah. Every time a donation's given, a bug is saved. I don't know.
Saved,
I'm trying
yes.
to make a joke there. There we go.
Yeah.
$40 away. $40 away. So, yeah, is everybody kind of wrapping up and wanting to head on this adventure?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to railroad you, but if we're ready. So, yeah, you get back on a trail, same kind of trail. Everybody can give me another round of perception checks if they'd like. If you're concentrating on something else, don't worry about it. So, Alice, if you want to go back to your ritual casting, you don't have to give me a perception check, or if anybody else wants to do anything while they're traveling, I would say.
I found a really nice rock on the road while walking.
Okay, I like that. Go ahead and give me a D100 roll.
Oh, great.
Yeah, magic rock. Yeah.
All right, D100.
Yeah.
Boop. 88.
Give me a rock check, says FeatherFall in chat. 88. So as you pick up, you kind of, I got a rock. You go down to pick up this rock, and as you turn it over, it's almost like a thunder egg, if you know what those are. Like it's this very clear, but it's very clear glass, and you see your reflection in it, and your reflection begins to talk to you.
Oh.
And it says, I will answer one question that you may have about your life.
I kind of just stuff it in my pocket for now.
All right.
It's like,
Okay.
we'll think about that.
All right. So it has
Cool.
think of it. It has a little insight to give you, maybe, about something that may come up. But yeah, you kind of maybe quickly after you hear it talking to you, stuff it away and get back on the trail. I like that. Anybody else doing anything? And perception checks. Let me know what you rolled.
I got a natural 20 for a 24.
Ooh, pew pew pew. Nice job. Let's get those D20s in the chat, guys. I think if you're subbed to the channel, we have D20 emotes.
I got a 7.
Okay, a 20, a 7.
I got a whole 14.
Okay.
Yeah, I got an 11. I'm pretty distracted by these talking bugs right now.
Okay. So the nat 20 and the 14. If you rolled over a 13,
That's why.
you're getting that presence again of some creature that is following and stalking you. You can't see it. You've never caught a glimpse of it. But you can tell there's something, and at times it'll be as close as maybe 20, 15 yards, and then it'll bounce away, and you'll see something move like 50 yards down, and then kind of come back. And you can never, like, pinpoint where it's at.
Does anybody else get the feeling that we're being followed?
No, I found a really cool rock, though.
Oh, shoot, that's a really cool rock!
Isn't it? Oh, by the way, I go and I hand the rock thing to Victor.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't know you, but if anything were to happen to you, I would kill everyone here, including myself. Use this. It'll tell you one question about yourself that you want to know.
Thank you so much, Elsa. It's shiny, just like me. I'll hold on to this.
And as you are looking at it, give me a D100.
Yeah.
Give me a D100 roll.
Yes, I will.
Oh my gosh, I'm just seeing the mirror on the mirror's like flesh and the mirror thing and the mirror.
It's an infinite mirror back and forth.
Getting some weird parallaxing.
I rolled a 17.
17. Oh, I love this. As you go to look into this, what he had said was a mirror, you see termites begin to boil out of it and start to cover your hand and just boil and coming up and over.
I'm gonna cry. What's happening to my hand? What did you do, Elsa?
Nice.
Do I see the termites?
Yes, everybody sees them.
just ah!
Can
I'm
I like
trying to listen to see if those bugs are saying anything.
can I throw the termites to Ardelia to eat them? Eat these! Get them off of me!
Are they talking? Are these?
They are
different
not
bugs?
talking, but Victor, go ahead and give me one more D100 roll.
Oh, great.
This one does not come off the list of donations. This is bonus.
56.
Right as you're getting ready to throw it, and the termites begin to kind of slow down. The boiling of termites begin to slow down. You begin to throw it, and it opens up into 50 gems. It's just, like when Sonic gets hit and all his coins fall out. It's just,
Yes.
all these gems go towards whoever you're throwing it at.
Well, I was throwing at you, Ardelia, so catch.
It's a shower of gems. Is that what it is now?
Yeah.
So originally I was gonna open my mouth to catch all these bugs, and then as I see the diamonds, I'm in a slow motion to be like, no, and try to close my mouth and not catch.
Give me a dexterity check. Let's do
Sure.
that. Yeah, we're making it rain gems. That is
I
definitely
got a 9.
A 9.
So
One hits your tooth and chips it.
Okay, I have a permanent tooth now.
Yeah. So now you have a chipped tooth.
Oh no! Are you all right? I say, going over to him and slowly, I check on him. Are you all right there? Oh my gosh! It seems you've been injured. I say, pocketing a couple of the gems into my cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand, Alistair, as you're doing that. I mean, just for posterity's sake,
Yeah, of course. I take it out of his mouth.
Yeah.
As if one could notice. Oh, by the way, I rolled that one.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna place it into my pocket with everyone watching.
Yeah, there's a couple that maybe stuck in his hair that you pluck out. The couple that are on his shoe. You're able to take very, very visually in the open. It's happening. Yeah. R.I.P. Anyways, we continue on moving through about another half hour or so, and you begin to see the base of a mountain. It starts to pick up from a forest and then goes up into what would be a mountain. Not a huge mountain, but you're getting towards the end of his directions and map. Who has not rolled a D100 yet? I want to make sure everybody gets a roll here. Has everybody got one?
I have not.
Okay, Star, go ahead and roll me a D100. Or was that Pip? Sorry.
That was
Crow.
Okay, Pip.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, Crow. Go ahead. Give me a D100.
All right.
And we'll mark off another one.
Ooh. 36.
36. And while I'm multitasking here, Cranky, another 20. Saving the homestead isn't the mission. The wild magic surge is. Thank you again for the donation. I better mark it down. You said, what did you say, 36?
Yeah.
Okay. This one won't have an effect right now, so go ahead and roll it one more time. I wanna get you something that's gonna happen. That's the problem with random tables, I guess.
26.
26. As you are walking through this grove of trees and the sun kind of hits every now and then, some of the trees, you're going into shade, out of shade, into shade, out of shade. When you're out of shade, you see that your shadow begins to kind of act independently of it. It is not mirroring your movement. And it's out of sync. It's almost like 2 or 3 steps behind but stuck to you, but it's doing something that you did maybe 2 or 3 steps ago.
Well, when Pip notices this, she's gonna slow and look back at it. She's gonna start doing a little jig, see if it copies her.
There's a delay, and then it does a little jig, and then Alistair, are you next to Pip?
Sure.
Yeah, I think you two were traveling next to each other. As Pip, your shadow and Alistair's shadow kind of come next to each other. Pip, you see your shadow violently go to strangle Alistair's shadow. Like they're like shadow boxing. They're like fighting each other. With Alistair's shadow not really moving. Your shadow's doing all the fighting.
So Pip doesn't really do much. She's just like, oh no.
Oh, look, it's just like our first meeting.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Who's taking bets, right? Yeah, so that happens.
I think you're winning. Just gonna there's like a little wisp, and like Alistair's shadow like seems to slink a little bit and slide across the ground. Like, there we go. Just gonna time out put our shadows in a timeout real quick before you kill it.
I like to imagine that my shadow is like really just going for him, even when he's like corralling his away. And then she can't help but like give it a thumbs up.
Awesome. As they're kind of playing with their shadows, everyone else, you see the mouth of this cave start to appear and become visible at the base of this mountain, indicated by the monk, right? It's partly hidden. There's like a kind of a rock outcropping that covers half of the opening. As you're kind of looking around, you do see animal tracks that come and go and kind of crisscross about. You do see a sketch on what would be the entrance of this cave. And if you're proficient in religion, you can give me a check, which means you got the little check mark next to it in Roll20.
Aha.
Go ahead and call out what you rolled there.
I rolled a 10.
Okay, a 10.
Click that. Why does it keep rolling twice?
The first one would be your roll. The second one is if you had advantage or disadvantage. So yeah, Crow, yeah. Pip, yeah, with your 23.
Yeah.
Anybody else proficient? All right, so Pip, as you're kind of wrangling the final battle here with your two shadows, you do get spun around and you see this outline on this etching on there, and you see you recognize this symbol of it's that of Malar, who is the god of the hunt, also evil lycanthropes, as well as bestial savagery and bloodlust. So it kind of catches you off guard. Not off guard, because you kind of you're getting into something, but it's like out here in the middle of nowhere is this symbol. And I think I do want to pause there. Here for the funsies just donated $20 more.
Whoa.
That gets us to our second giveaway goal. So everybody in the chat, again, it's going to be code 2040 in the chat to be entered into that giveaway. What we are giving away this time, you ask? Let me check my notes again. You could win Tasha's Cauldron of Everything in Roll20, or you could win 25% off an order at Found Familiar Coffee. So code 2040 is going to get you in there. FeatherFall TableTop moderator Billy Zed is going to take care of that for us and let us know who won that. But thank you again so much for these donations. I can't say enough. I think it's a good thing to see. Thank you, everybody. Totally appreciate it. So, back to the game. Pip, you see and recognize that.
Right. It looks like our friend is advertising their religion.
And sorry, where did you say the symbol was? I kind of.
What it was?
Where?
Oh, it's so there's the outcropping that comes in front of the cave, and then there's like. So if you think. there's the cave and then this outcropping, and then there's an inside wall that is exposed, has this carved into it.
Okay.
So it's
so
not like a
inside-
door, but it is like very clear. Like if you turn around this outcropping right before you head into the cave, that's where it is. like it's
so it
very
was-
clear there.
Yeah, it was meant to be seen by anyone.
Yes,
heading
very
towards
much
it.
so. Very much so.
Okay. Yeah.
And with that, Pip, go ahead and roll a D100 as you've kind of
Mm.
discovered this. And I think I'm on the perfect chart for it, so hopefully we get a cool effect here.
73.
73. Okay. More whispers. Roll a D6 for me, Pip. 3, 1, 2. Victor, I'm sorry. Sorry. So, Victor, you're going to give me a wisdom saving throw. So, if you go in your character sheet, and there is it's like the top left, there's the saving throws. You're going to click the wisdom. It's a box that says saving throws.
I got a 7.
Ooh, I'm sorry. You are charmed. You cannot help yourself but copy everything that Pip is doing.
Oh no.
And that is
This
how
is gonna be fun.
that is your charm. So you immediately find yourself pulling up any collar, any scarf, any clothing you have to cover your face. You find
Fun.
yourself starting to kind of crouch down to get more to her height. And any when she takes a step, you take a step, and then I'll let Pip take it away from there.
All right. So while they're walking, and then I guess you're walking behind me. So then she kind of glances back and notices you copying her. Just kind of tilts her head, casts prestidigitation to speed up the elevator music, something goofy, and just starts like taking weird steps and gesturing wildly, making sure that you're gonna copy her.
Yeah, so all of this is happening as like you should be gearing up for this god of Malar that is the god of the hunt, evil lycanthropes and bestial savagery, and we got a dance off going on.
Is the shadow doing delayed too? Is it like all three of them are like doing?
Yeah, so and the shadow is there as well, but the shadow again is like 3 steps behind.
Yeah. So it's like Pip, then the shadow, and then it's
Yep.
Victor all doing the same
Yep.
thing.
So it's almost like 1, 2, 3. Like it'll be Pip, and then it'll be Victor, and then Pip shadow, and then it goes back. And there's order. Very good.
And then Pip's just gonna look at Alistair and just gonna be like, "Look, I'm a trendsetter." And just notice all
Look
of
at
them.
the chain of these shadows. Like they're dancing to the elevator music. You have
He starts
wonderful
doing the
taste.
sprinkler.
Roll perception. How wonderful! I can't wait for this to become the newest dance craze.
Yeah, Vic, I was gonna ask, is Victor doing this? Like, is he totally into it? Are you fighting it? Or are you just getting into it? Like, what's your?
Well, at first I was like, I don't know why this is happening, but then as the beat kept hitting
There you
right,
go.
I was kind of in it. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
That's great.
I
Yeah,
love it.
awesome.
Another donation from Star. Thank you so much. What happens when your
Oh,
shadow
Star.
dies? Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out. And we have a winner for that giveaway. Homebrew RP, you be the winner of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything in Roll20 and a 25% off to Found Familiar Coffee. Congratulations, my friend. Hey, with that being said, we still have one more giveaway. The best giveaway is still yet to come. So please keep those donations coming. Again, if you're able, please help out this cause as much as we can. Coming up next, and this will be our $500 goal for the night, will be the Skull Splitter Skull Mug, which looks like a hefty thing. You have to do a strength check every time you need to take a drink, but there's also a $20 Found Familiar gift card there. So help us get to that $500 goal. Get yourself some more goodies. Anyway, Alice, were you casting Detect Magic?
I was planning on it. I just
Okay.
hadn't brought it up yet because other things were happening.
No, I think
All the chaos.
it would be a great idea if you did, and I'll have you roll a D100 for me if that's something you want to do.
Alrighty. 63.
63. You feel again that bless magic, that enchantment magic. That would be the school of enchantment. You feel that coming from the inside of this cave. It's kind of it's like a weird, juxtaposition, kind of like you see the symbol, you know what it means, but then there's this feeling, this warm feeling of bless coming from somewhere inside that cave.
Good news is there's good magic coming from the cave. So that's better than bad magic.
Oh, I see. So you noticed it too.
You liar.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, that certainly is a good news. Perhaps this place is holier than we thought. Would anyone like to investigate this cave? I'm willing to go ahead, of course.
I'll step forward and pull out a club, and I'm just gonna cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
And make my way inside.
Okay.
Slowly but carefully.
All right. Alistair, you.
Or I'll be right behind you.
Okay, so Elsa and Alistair, the two of you enter in there. You both are now blessed for the next hour.
Oh.
So that means I believe you can add a D4 to attack rolls and saving throws for an hour. So yeah, and Alice, you can see kind of that enchantment magic kind of go down and cover over them, and then kind of dissipate away from the main source. Now you see those two little blips upon Elsa and Alistair as they're walking through. And as you go in, you see the entrance is. It's about 15 feet long, 10 feet wide. The ceilings are about 8 feet. So if you're a tall feller, you might have to duck, but I don't think anybody's pushing 8 feet. As you get 10 feet inside, if you don't have dark vision, it does go to dark. So if you don't have dark vision, you may need some sort of light source.
Kip casts light on the amulet on her collar.
Okay. So one.
Is that enough light for everyone?
I think it's is it 20 feet?
20-foot radius. 20 feet bright and then 20 feet dim.
Am I still like a shiny thing?
Yeah, so your skin is still shiny. You still have advantage, and people have disadvantage for spells against you. And it does kind of almost like disco ball retract some of that. Dude, it's a dance party. It makes sense. Random makes sense sometimes, guys. But yeah, so 20 feet bright light and then 40 feet dim. If you're kind of traveling together, that is all you would need to get the mechanical no light out of there.
I think I'll still use my magical tinkering. I have 3 uses left.
Okay.
To do a 5-foot radius of light on my staff, and then change the music to creepy, drippy cave music, echoing after itself.
Oh, speaking of musical change, let's go ahead and change that in Roll20 there.
Hearing the change in music adjusts her music to weird, creepy, speedy elevator music.
Yeah, we need some different music there in Roll20.
Yes, walking into a blessed cave, creepy music, just fitting.
I will hype up the juxtaposition, right? You're in a cave, it's creepy, there's the etchings of a god that are nothing but savagery being blessed. Very random. But as you begin to make your way into this cave, you do see that it splits off left and right, which would be east and west. Victor, as you enter the cave, that urge to follow Pip's moves does go away. And you're now back in control of your faculties there.
Thank you.
Cool.
Trends fade. It's all right, Pip. You'll catch the next trend.
But you do see two paths. One east, one west.
Is there any particular sound or light or magic like emitting from either side?
Yeah, give me a perception check. Anybody else that's there too that would like to, that is particularly invested in knowing where their fate lies.
My elf eyes.
9.
9.
24.
Ooh, 24. I like it.
I got a 23, actually.
24, 23.
Alice is too focused on changing the mood of the music.
I got a 16.
Should I do this?
If you're interested, there are enough successes already that you don't have to. All right. Pip, Elza, and Robo. Remind me of your character's name again. I'm sorry.
Oh, Ardelia. Ardy. You can just call
Ardy.
Or him.
You don't see any light, or you're not getting a whole lot of sound, but you do see on the east side dried streaks of blood that are leading down the passage, almost like something was dragged and blood was being spilled from them as they were being dragged.
Something tells me they went that way.
Can I do a medicine check to see how fresh the blood and stuff is?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a 13.
It's hard to tell with some of the dust that is kind of accumulated on the bottom of this cave floor. It is very congealed, and in the spots where the pools are more dissipated is very dry. There are a couple little blips every now and then that have a little bit of viscosity to it, a little bit of not wetness. It's just not totally dried. Hard to pinpoint exactly how old.
Okay. I'm gonna at this point cast light on my shield.
Okay.
And that way I just have an extra light going on with the party.
All right. Inside or outside of your shield?
On the outside, so
Okay.
as I'm like
Cool.
holding it on my arm and
Okay.
like I just aim at like a little.
Yeah, perfect. So that's the east side. There's the west side that looks relatively normal.
I see. Well, we know that this creature could be a cunning beast and have lured us into a trap. So what I think is that I should go scout ahead the other side, just in case, to see if there's anything going on that direction.
You want to go alone?
Suddenly pales at the realization of alone, echoes throughout the cave. I'm willing to do it. If anyone else is rather stealthy, I would of course be willing to go along with them.
Pip goes, I'm stealthy, and her bells jingle while she says it.
Jingle, jingle. It would seem I'm going alone then. Don't worry, I'll be fine.
Okay. So, Alistair, you're going to the westward left side, correct?
Yes, I'll go to the westward left side. Just hold up a little bit for me. I'll be right back to catch you guys. Just once I scout along.
Pip is going to follow after Alistair because the little thing pings in her head and she remembers that he has her book that she has to watch. So she goes trotting after him.
Okay. So we have Pip and Alistair going to the left side, west side. What's everybody else doing?
Victor follows Artie's lead.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Artie would kind of look back at Victor and seeing that Alistair's kind of going off on their own too. I would kind of nudge along and say we should probably help this guy out and follow him as well.
Okay. So,
So y'all going left?
Yeah, and if you remember, the right eastern side had the blood marks.
So I'm going down the right by myself?
I guess, okay, maybe Artie would suggest. Why don't we check out this left side first, and then we can always come back to the more dangerous side later. Yeah.
All right, I hurry down the left side after everyone else.
Okay.
I'll
So
follow too.
changing in direction, everybody's going down the left side. As you travel down this side, this pathway, it starts to curve around, and you get to a point where you can see a path in front of you, kind of straight at you, but then it opens up to a big den to your left. So straight ahead is an entryway, and then to your left is a huge den. And in this den, you see 5 very large foxes.
Okay.
Are they
three of them are sleeping and kind of curled in on themselves. 2 of them are like kind of a rough and tumble play.
Okay.
I think
so
Artie's gonna immediately on all fours kind of like scamper over it and just like say hello to the ones that are playing.
Right.
I'd
I'd like to imagine, since I was going to try to scout, I'd like to imagine I was up ahead first.
Oh, okay. First, okay. Do you want to go see it first and let us know?
They are very large. Like these
And
are.
I like to also imagine Alistair thinks he's alone at the moment. Like the party hasn't followed along because like this discussion seemingly happened. Like Alistair went off. This party was like, oh yeah, we're all just gonna follow the same path. Like, okay,
yeah,
you're on your own, Alistair. You can do this. You can do this. Safe route. It's a safe route.
Give me a either a survival check or an investigation, whichever one you're better at.
Okay, he's gonna like slink between the shadows, like do 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 do. Like at one point he dodge rolls behind a rock. Investigation.
Or
13.
survival, whichever one you're better at. 13. You see there's some bones, very humanoid. There are some articles of clothing that are kind of wrapped in the bones. You see on a couple of the foxes, it's almost like they're wearing pants, but they're very tattered and barely hanging on. You see some other smaller carcasses of like mice and other like smaller prey filled throughout this den.
So I'm not there, but they're wearing pants. Are they like tied around them, or are they just foxes wearing pants?
Foxes wearing. They look like they don't belong. Like they were made for. They were not made for these foxes. They were made for humans. But they are like kind of around the waist, and they are wearing them. They are very tattered and very old looking. And on some of the bodies and bones, there are some clothes around them, and then there are some just kind of strewn about.
Does it seem like these could be were-foxes?
So as you're kind of seeing that, I imagine the rest of the party comes to get behind you.
I think so.
Let's go ahead and because the whole party is here, we're going to do stealth checks, and it'll be a party check here. So we need more successes than failures. But everybody, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
He sees these like where foxes. I should definitely avoid drawing their attention. Jingle, 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 jingle. Off in the distance. No.
Oh, this roll is great.
Let's see.
Am I still under the effect of bless?
Yes. But bless is only attack rolls and saving throws, or is it skill checks as well?
Oh,
I think it's only attack rolls and saving
Yeah,
throws.
I think it's guidance is the skill check.
Right. I do have guidance. Can I cast that?
Yeah, sure. Do it.
I'm going to use the old Rose Art specialty, hiding. I get advantage on stealth checks.
Okay.
You got 2.
So go ahead.
23. I am the knight.
Lord. Yeah.
So that's a success.
I have a total of 14.
Ooh, I won't say
18.
whether that's a success or not.
I got a 4.
And I got a 7. So
I got a 7.
Crow and I are not being very.
Ooh,
Sorry,
okay.
go ahead, Mbik. Sorry. Mbik, what'd you get? Sorry, I cut you off.
I
17.
heard him. He got a 17. Barely, folks. Barely. Pip and Artie, you kind of stumble a little bit, and both of you go ahead and give me a D100 roll.
Oh god. Okay.
All right. Pip's bells are
And-
going on.
I'll count this as one. One roll.
I got a 60.
Oh, sorry.
Ta-da.
Sorry. A D8. Excuse me.
D8. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm on a different table now.
All
I got a
right.
7.
7.
So both of us or just one of us?
Go ahead, Pip. Yeah, you too.
All right. I got 1.
You both you trip and fall because you failed your stealth checks, and you kind of like clang your heads together a little bit. And as your heads come together, your skin sheds this bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light for another feet. So you're both like these shining beacons now in here. But you're down below the rest of the party because you fell down, but because they're in front of you, they are kind of shielding some of that light from spilling out. It doesn't go very far. Your light spells go much further than this, but you are shedding this bright light from your bodies. And if any of you were missing hit points, you'd regain some, but that doesn't happen.
Okay.
Alice, you were asking about these foxes. Go ahead and give me a nature check. Now that you're up with the group.
6.
Oh, 6. Yeah, it's hard to tell. They're just big. And maybe it is a special breed of foxes here. Maybe they're overeating. They're just big.
Is there anything I would know from reading in the library that I've been in for hundreds of years about these guys?
Yeah, give me a nature check.
Nature check.
No socks on these foxes, only pants.
15.
Could I get an investigation check on those pants to see if there's like maybe the foxes wore these, or maybe the person that they ate wore these?
Yeah, go ahead. While you're doing that, Pip, yeah, you see that. You kind of recall that foxes don't normally hang out like this once they kind of leave the den, right? Once they become of age, they kind of go out on their own. Oops, there goes my pencil. They kind of become their own. So it is weird to see them cohabitating in this large cave. Like the cave itself is usually it's like this little tiny burrow that they are very safe and comfortable in, but this is such a large cave that it's very weird. So these are not normal foxes at all.
All right.
And then Alistair, what did you get?
I got a 19 on investigation. These pants
have seen. You can tell that they're of human make. I mean, they're not like animal clothing. I forgot exactly what you were asking for.
I wanted to know whether these pants were of like the evidence of these pants suggested that they were worn by these foxes, or whether these were worn by something that the foxes ate.
The awkwardness of the fit, you're struggling to see how they would get them on, how they would get these pants on. So it's almost like they once wore them in a different shape.
Okay.
But
there's no holes that would suggest that, like something was biting into these things and
No, it's more the tattered pants are more from just the age.
I see.
And as you see these two that are kind of rough and tumble play, you see why they would be kind of worn in the way that they are. But you also see that's kind of sticking out a backpack, like an explorer's pack, towards the back wall of the den, kind of behind the three that are sleeping.
Oh, an explorer's pack. I would like to go grab that.
So how do you want to proceed? So you can, just to set the scene again, there is a walkway straight across from you.
Mm-hmm.
There's the den. And then you see another, it's kind of very dim light that would be the sunlight going this way. So you can skirt around them and get out of here. You can engage. You can go down that other path that is dark.
Okay, I'll go. I will emerge from the shadows because I rolled a nat 20 with my stealth, and I'll look to the others. Hey guys. Do we want to go check the other path before we start engaging with this, or do we want to talk to some were-foxes?
Well, either way seems dangerous. I mean, if we are here now and we don't encounter the big fox later, then all of these foxes can't come to its aid.
Or no, I was talking about, do we want to go down the other path, like check that one out, or do we want to engage with these foxes right here, right now?
I say we owe it to the old man to go down the other path while we're here.
Yeah, maybe we should check out that other pathway first.
Get the full information, and then we decide which side we engage. Good idea. I like the way you think. You're a very smart man.
Time out, everyone.
Oh wow.
Cranky Old Mage, 5 gifted subbies. Thank you so much, my man. We appreciate. What does that button do? Yeah, you just gifted 5 subs. I hope you meant to do. But thank you so much. It's much appreciated. Yeah. So back to the game. So do you want to backtrack and check that other path? Is that what you're?
Yep, it sounds like that's what we
Okay.
want to do.
Is everybody going?
Yeah, I think Artie's gonna like kind of whimper and cry because he really wants to play with them, but I think he's smart enough to know that it seems dangerous, so he's gonna just follow the group.
Okay.
Really sad though, like tail between his legs. If
Okay.
he had a tail, he doesn't have a tail.
Don't worry, Artie. We'll probably be back. Don't worry.
All right.
And am I still sparkling or glowing?
Yeah. You and Pip are both. It's
Yeah,
just kind of this pulsing 5 foot of radiant light.
Yeah, and so I think like as this glitters sparkling from his eyes, like, but they're so cute, and his eyes are like sparkling with the glow. But then he'll follow the rest of the group and not cause a problem.
I'm gonna lean into Victor. Should we tell him that they might want to eat him?
I think you should. I think it's best.
Yeah.
Artie, I think just to be safe, don't maybe reach your hand towards the foxes right away, because they might, snap it off.
Yeah, I think he'll be sad, but he'll agree. He's not dumb, but yeah, he's sad.
He's not dumb.
Just sad.
No.
That's my new.
I'm sorry. So yeah, as you're kind of walking and talking and doing this, you get back to that main entrance that you were in, where you saw the 2 paths split. You go down the eastward right side, and it loops around, and it brings you back to that same den. And you can see where you were standing across the other way. So now, as you're staring straight ahead, you see where you were just standing, and then now to your right is the foxes that are wrestling, and then kind of around them is the way out.
2 roads diverged in a yellow road. And I chose the one less traveled. Ha! Dumbass, you should go both roads.
So I'll leave it
Yep.
up to you.
So are we going down the blood
Yep.
path? Right?
Yeah,
I think
you've gone down the blood path, and it
Okay.
brought you back to that same chamber. So it's
Oh shit!
it's
shoot,
like
shoot.
a big circle,
Gotcha. Okay.
and then
Oh.
and then a den, and then the path. Sorry if I
So
goofed that up.
where, the blood then, where's that blood trail leading?
It's leading to the main den where they are all kind of out
No,
and
but, like,
playing.
where in that den is it leading? Like,
Gotcha.
does
It's going
it
in,
just like evaporate into nothingness?
no, it goes into like
wall?
the pile of mess that is out in the in this fox's den.
Okay.
It's hard to tell exactly like where the ending point is. It gets dragged all the way to where they are and where they're kind of wrestling. So some of it has kind of been disturbed, but you can't see anything that makes an end point or
Artie-
or a body where it came from.
Artie is visibly super excited that taking you back to the den. Just letting you know. It's kind of like every time you pass by, I get happy and then I'm all sad again. And then you go back
Aw.
around and we're happy again. 'Cause, yeah.
I take out my little pamphlet that has this module in it, and I write down a 1 for illusion of choice. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, Artie, do you want to go talk to some foxes? I said that at full volume, didn't I?
Can anyone speak to animals?
Good question. I'm gonna double check. I don't think I can.
I'll look at Artie first, because
Yeah.
Artie seems the most likely.
Ooh. Hey, Cranky Old Mage just redeemed a reroll.
Oh.
And now FeatherFall redeemed 3 rerolls.
Mm.
So if
It's
we...
like they sense we might need them.
So we
for
have
some reason coming up.
slow down, dude. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rerolls. So, at any point, if you roll and think you might have failed, you have 6 rerolls.
So yeah, it sounds like we need to approach these boxes. And so I think Artie would what's it called? Offer to go up. Although to be fair, Artie does not have any particular abilities to talk to them that anyone else would have. He just really likes animals.
I mean, if you're willing to do it and no one else is going to, I'll cast a spell on you.
Okay.
But that's as long as we know that we're sending you in.
I mean, I don't have to go alone. Does anyone want to come with me to this potentially dangerous discussion?
Most animals don't like me. I think they know that I'm not natural.
I look around and feel a pressure of like, so Mr. Paladin, are you gonna send the Artie all alone? It's probably proper for Paladin to go and assist with conversation and diplomacy, isn't it?
All right, so I'm gonna give Artie a pat on the shoulder and cast protection from evil and good.
Ooh, nice.
Can you remind me what that does?
Until the spell ends and its concentration up to 10 minutes, one willing creature I touch is protected against certain types of creatures, including aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiend, and undead. The protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target can also not be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target's already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw against the effect.
Okay. All right.
So I take it back. I think I missed something. I actually do have a once per day speak with animals that comes with my subclass. So Artie just remembers that he can do that. I apologize.
That's all right. Okay, so what are you doing, Artie, as you're kind of stepping out in front of everybody else?
And so I think he's pretty used to dealing with wild beasts. So he's kind of cautiously approaching, kind of like not showing any signs of aggression, kind of staying low. And then I will use my once per day to cast Speak with Animals, which I just posted in chat.
Okay.
And it lets me talk to beasts. Let me see. They can give me information. I can persuade them, but they're not under any particular charm or anything. I can just communicate.
Okay.
And so I'll just kind of come up to them and go, "Oh, hello there." Hello there, my fine friends, and kind of go low and non-aggressive.
The two that were playing that were closest to you stop in their tracks, and they both kind of turn and face you immediately. The hair on the back of their necks. Holy cow, Friendon. 5 gifty subs. Thank you so much, my man. Oof.
Okay.
Sorry, that stuff catches me off guard. But thank you. It's very much appreciated. They step up. They kind of get in that attack stance immediately.
Yeah, and I'll back up and I'll go, whoa. I mean you no harm. Please, we're just here as friends. There, I'll say. Yeah.
They begin to snarl and growl at you. It's best you leave.
And I was gonna ask, did Alistair come with me? Are you next to me, or am I just by myself here?
You know what? Sure.
Okay.
I'm here for emotional support. I cannot speak to animals.
Yeah. And so I'll turn to you and I'll let you know. They're asking us to leave. They seem kind of angry.
Well, why are they angry?
Yeah, and then I will relay that back and be like, oh no, calm, my friends. We mean you no harm. Why are you so angry?
Give me a persuasion check.
Sure.
And we'll say with advantage, since you are actually speaking to them in a form that they can hear.
Okay.
I'll make my first roll of the night.
So with oh my god, with advantage I got a 4. That's with advantage.
Oh jeez, dude. Oh jeez, dude.
Yeah, we've got. Oh,
there is a
wait.
re-roll in chat. There are 6
Yeah, I
of
was
them
gonna
to be
say.
exact.
Okay. Are you guys cool with me using one of those for this?
We have
Yeah.
Then I shall re-roll, please.
Okay. Yeah, please.
Okay. With advantage I got a 16.
All right. Yeah, that's much better. It's best you leave. They continue to snarl through their teeth. Nobody can really make out what that snarl translates to except you.
And then I think I would ask, like, are you okay here? Are you prisoners? Like, is there any way we can help you?
We can come and go. We are too far gone.
And then I will relay that back to Alistair, saying that I think they might they're saying that they're too far gone to be saved. Great Paladin, like there must be a way that you, as a holy man, can save these beasts.
Ah, yes. Well, it's never too late to. I'm like sidling around, like looking at some of the origins of where this blood is coming from with my dark vision. Am I seeing bodies, like human bodies?
You see remnants of, but it seems to have it kind of like gets spun around and dissipated through the dust, but then it picks up another pool next to that backpack that's towards the back of the cave. And at this point, the other 3 kind of stand up behind it, hearing some of the snarls come back, and now all 5 of them are up and staring at the 2 of you.
Oh, they've moved into flanking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh no.
Do they all look pretty aggressive at this point?
Yeah, especially the 3 that just kind of joined. The other 2, they've kind of, released a little bit, but they still have that very defensive kind of demeanor to them.
Are they all grouped together?
The 2 are out in front, and I would say like 10, 15 feet behind are the other 3.
Okay. I'm gonna keep a spell lined up in case any make a false move.
Okay. Yeah, I think too. At the sight of them being aggressive, I would try to back up in a way that they're still kind of all in front of me without getting flanked. Still trying to be like no quick movements. Trying to be very slow and cautious, right? Oh my god, I'm laughing at someone in chat said that we should try to seduce them, and I was just, sharks are rad.
Wait,
like,
did somebody say seduce?
Oh
I can do that. Now, you know what? I think you're right. The power of love is stronger than anything. I comb back my hair. Well, now, calm down there. It doesn't need to come to blows. We can be perfectly reasonable with each other. I'm sure you can understand me, even though I have trouble understanding you.
Yeah, and I'll be translating it in Wolf and like going like that's trying to like translate it back for the Wolves so they can understand.
We can come to a conclusion that will benefit both parties, I say, and I would like to use one of my abilities.
All
right. Charming distraction. And I would like this creature to give me an intellect saving throw.
Okay, so we lost Crow for a second. Their Discord audio went out. We're going to keep going. I know the cameras are a little funky, but they're back already. So they have to give you an intelligence saving throw? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Oh, geez, this is not there.
There we go.
Excellent. Welcome back.
I rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
So they fail.
So this creature is charmed by me for 10 whole seconds.
Woof, magoof. Okay. Yeah, so you see that one up front that you've been communicating with, mostly Artie, really kind of ease back. And you can see him kind of chirp over his shoulder and says something to the likes of, let them pass. Let them pass. And he's relaying that kind of relief to the rest of them.
Yes. And I'm going to, by the way, I'm going to just go, we have some friends that would like walk by without any trouble. I'm going to go let them know of your generosity, and I'm going to slink back like the little piece of shit that I am, and I'm going to go back to the others.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
come too. I'm gonna just to be clear, I'm gonna back up to you like still facing, but we'll come back to the party to let them know.
Okay, there's a bunch of evil Gumiho right over there. They've said they're far too far gone. Do we want to do anything, or do we just want to go around, or what?
I mean, technically, they're just kind of eating. I see nothing wrong with that.
I'm pretty sure that was our job to deal with. Points to them like with a thumb. Is like,
You will
Yeah,
notice that
Yeah.
none of these foxes have 9 tails.
I see.
Was not in the job description. Let them go.
Yeah, because I think Artie will mention that they did mention they were cursed, or that they were too far gone, and so possibly they might be cursed or something like that. So.
Okay. Well, in that case, we have the generosity of them. That charm spell has worn out by now. But
Yeah.
let's hope it continues. Let's go.
Walk on through.
Okay.
Okay, so we're
Hit
slowly
follow.
back out.
Yeah, they've all kind of assembled in this line that kind of giving you a path to the other side where you can see some of that daylight that is back there. And,
So
make it quick. Go ahead, Victor. What were you gonna say?
I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry. I have this power thing called Mage Hand, and it's supposed to like let me like use like I don't even know pick up an item.
Yeah.
And so you said there was a bag.
Yeah,
Can I use that Mage Hand to grab the bag
definitely.
while we're walking
I
through?
love it. So is everybody wanting to pass through? And if so, Victor, yes, definitely. As you're kind of in the middle, you start your arcane casting of this mage hand, and this ethereal kind of ghostly hand comes out and travels through, picks up the bag, and I imagine you're going to have it travel behind them. And yeah, you see this. So everybody else sees this floating bag behind these foxes that are kind of all watching you as you are all passing by.
I bet
Is he gonna have to? Does he have to make a stealth check at all for that, or sleight of hand?
We're just gonna let it happen.
Alright.
Maybe typically, but
my eyelash is super hard. Like just like full on distraction. Like goodbye.
yeah, I think with the charm roll and Artie's speak to animals is kind of all has got their attention on them that your mage hand is able to go off without any notice.
Awesome.
Go team.
So if you're all
Alright.
funneling out, which I think is the way we are going, well done, avoiding an encounter. In the backpack, if you want to open it, you see a loaf of bread that does have some of the makings of mold around it. You see an empty water skin. There is a journal, and there are 3 bottles, and then there is a little a scroll of paper.
Is he
Young
sharing
man's
this, or is he
potions.
keeping it to himself?
That's up to Victor.
Oh no! I automatically hand it off to
Take it.
Artie.
Yeah, we can share
Do
with
we
the
know?
party.
Everyone
Do we
looks
know
at
what the
it.
bottles are? Because I don't think the monk ever specified what the bottles were. The potions.
He
I
did
am
not.
proficient in herbalism kit. Can I like do a check to
Yeah. Definitely.
what skill or
That'd probably wisdom.
I'm also proficient in herbalism. Am I able to give her advantage?
Yeah, definitely. Let's do it.
22.
You can tell that these were once potions of some kind, but through time they've become inert. There's not
Okay.
a whole lot of magical properties left in them.
No wonder why they died. He gave them water in bottles.
I want to hand them to Alistair and say, you could probably convince someone that these are real.
Why would I be able to do that? It's just water. I mean, I'm not any good at lying to people.
I'm gonna pause us there, Robo. $20 more for surviving the potential fox fight. Yeah, well done. way to skirt an encounter. Thank you for the donation. I've added the tally to a roll. So who else is dealing with the contents of this pack? We've got the potions, we've got a water skin, a journal, a loaf of bread, and then there is a scroll of paper rolled up.
I'll take the journal.
Okay.
Can I take the scroll of paper and see what it's on it?
So the scroll of paper looks like a map, and the end point would be the homestead that is cursed.
All right.
So that's going to help. And then the journal contains kind of mad ramblings that only get more and more mad as you thumb through the pages. And it talks about a man's family and how they were suffering from a curse due to their father's wish for a daughter. All their valuables were placed in a dowry for the girl, and the brothers were left with very little besides the ranch. They also believe that the father was under the spell of a beguiling demon fox that would lead to their ruin. And it just becomes more and more incoherent after that. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Does Alice share this with everyone?
Yeah, I would read it out loud.
Okay.
All right. When we hear this, does the bag look like it was ripped apart, like somebody got attacked, or does it look like somebody might have transformed into a fox and lost their bag?
No, there are a few like holes in it, which would be, you could identify as bite holes. That
All right.
Yeah.
I think Artie would ask too, since it was Alice that read it. Did they mention how many brothers? Like maybe 5 brothers? And then kind of nudges back at the wolves.
It doesn't say an exact number. Cranky with 20 more wild magic, they say.
Are we seeing what's on the scroll?
The scroll itself is a map to the homestead.
Oh, okay.
Well, it would seem this.
Was there a 4th object in the backpack?
There was a loaf of bread and an empty water skin.
Pip was like the bread. He's
Okay.
going to take it if nobody else will.
Yeah.
Just going to pick the mold off and eat it.
Go ahead and give me a D10.
Roll for bread.
So
Roll for bread.
So
I got a 9.
a 9. So in Tasha's, there's a magic mushroom table. That's what I'm rolling on here for the moldy bread. So a 9. As you pick these pieces off, you could feel your hands start to kind of come alive with some tingly feelings. You've just cast Detect Thoughts.
Detect thought. Can I I'm not sure what that means. Can I look at somebody and see if I can see what they're thinking?
Yeah, so you learn the surface thoughts of a creature. So as you maybe focus on any one person, you kind of learn what they're thinking in this moment.
Pip's gonna walk really close to Alistair and stare at him really closely because she wants to know if he likes her or not. What is he thinking?
I wonder if we skin those foxes, those werefoxes, if we'd be able to get any money for the pelts. Oh, the little one's standing next to me again. Man, I like that you always tell by the jingling of the bells. Also, I have the strong urge to pat them on the head, but they'll probably break my hand if I do it again. Maybe I can do it stealthily so they won't notice. Slowly starts reaching hand up to head.
Pip just brings her quarterstaff around and just pushes his hand away, shakes her head, jingles.
Okay. I think that was coincidental. They didn't notice. You slide dog, Alistair.
Are we too far away to read the thoughts of the foxes?
Yeah, at this point, I imagine you've kind of been walking and taking care of this stuff. So yeah, you are a ways away from the cave. And what is Elsa doing at this point?
Elsa is just following along with the group. She's kind of keeping up the rear, making sure that the foxes aren't going to come after them or anything, or nobody's following them or watching to see, because she's just shining the shield back behind us a bit to like spotlight behind us and
Okay.
see what's going on. Also, I'm gonna re-up on my shillelagh spell because it's definitely been over a minute.
Yeah. Okay. And while you are casting that, go ahead and give me a D100 roll.
Oh, fabulous!
Re-lalaly. I like that, Robo. Nice one. Re-lalaly.
38.
38. I'll say any bits of light or any of you that were still shining, Victor, you're glistening, any of that all fades and goes to this dull kind of drab. All the light just follows out of all of it that is around you. And
To complete darkness?
no, there's not darkness around you, but anything that was kind of illuminated just faded out.
Am I like going back to normal?
Yeah,
like...
so you're back to your golden dragon form, and that,
Alright.
that silvery layer is now gone.
Okay.
Is the light spell on my pendant still on
No,
active, or is it out
It
too?
falls out, yep. And on your shield
Everything.
falls out,
Okay.
yep.
Oh, can I try to redo the light spell on my shield, or is it fizzle?
Yeah, so as you cast light again, it almost like this orb of light goes to attach itself to your shield, and it almost crackles into a cold, and then crumbles and falls to the ground.
Hmm.
Is it
Well-
too dark to see without dark vision, or are we fine?
No, you're out of the cave now, so you're back into daylight, so you don't need the light.
Alright.
But you just notice that some sort of arcane thing is kind of pulling those light sources away.
All right, just to test, can I do prestidigitation again and just make like a little spark in my hand?
Yeah.
Or-
And as you do that, that
Yeah.
spark again like crackles into this almost like a snowflake, and then crumbles and falls into your hand.
Hmm.
Can
It never
she try-
sparks.
Can she try again and just make a like little object in her hand with the same spell?
Yeah, you can make the object, but anything that is light based or illuminates anything seems to be.
So it's just
snuffed out.
light.
Yep.
All right.
Does the temperature feel colder?
Nope. Just those casting of light. It almost like a deep freeze, like a what am I thinking? Dry ice, or like a really quick cryo freeze, just and then it crackles and falls down. Doesn't change the temperature
Okay.
around anything. But as you guys are all moving through and following the map, I'm going to kind of push us forward, paying attention to the clock. You see where the forest begins to end, and there is a clear cut of acreage. Looks like a homestead. And from this distance, it's evident that the ranch was here, and it's been long abandoned. It's in a state of disrepair. Shingles are missing. The corrals are empty of livestock, except for one unidentified creature that you can see in the back. There's some laundry that's still hanging on the line. They're all tattered and kind of billowing in the gentle breeze. So you do see this homestead.
All right.
And you said
Are
that we
we-
saw a creature. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Can I make a perception check to make sure that nothing's around us?
Yeah. Anybody else that wants to can as well.
Sure.
Okay. Oh god, that's bad.
Oh boy.
Oh, good.
I rolled a 1 for a 6, so
Okay.
I'm
Wow. Architecture.
I
Yeah.
rolled.
I rolled a
12.
15.
What was that, Pip?
15.
15. Anybody else?
6.
11.
Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
Elsa, did you roll?
Yeah, I rolled a 12.
Okay, 12. Victor, did you roll? No. Okay.
You know what? Can I use my reroll
Heck
actually?
yeah,
on
you
that?
can.
I
We
just
still
realized.
have 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're good.
All right, 15.
That's better. Yeah, so you see, I'll give you a little more of what you see here. You see a single-story house. You see the corral, and in the back of the corral, you do see a cantankerous old mule. You're welcome, Typo. You do see a mule back there. You do see a front door. You see a side entrance to what would be a cellar. And then there is a barn behind the corral. But you don't see any other animals or beings, or you're not getting that same feeling that you were once getting of being stalked now that you're in this opening acreage of the homestead.
All right. Is there anything unnatural that we sense around us besides the light and the lack of animals?
Not with a regular perception check. It just seems to be like it is eerie because there is this homestead kind of tucked away that is abandoned. I think that would give you enough thought of like people once lived here that you know are no longer. But other than that, you're not getting anything weird.
Well, are we gonna make our way over?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go. Let's head towards the homestead.
Well, I guess we need the music for this one. Get the scary music, guys.
Will it take long enough that I would have time to ritually cast Detect Magic again?
You can. I mean, you're kind of. We could say you were doing it as you travel, and just have that keep going. Let me see here. Detect Magic. Nothing. There are a few blips coming from the house, inside the house. You can't really tell at this distance. You can just get this faint arcane kind of aura that is shining from inside the house.
Okay. There's something magical inside.
I say we go check it out then, and let's head towards that magic. So I guess Artie will start heading towards the house itself and ask Alice to kind of guide where they're picking up on the pings.
Yeah, I'll join that way. Is the door locked?
Okay. As you approach the house, the door is not locked. You're able to kind of pop it open. And you see the house. The house. It is a single-story house. There's a hallway that kind of heads to the back. There is a large kitchen and a dining area, and then what looks like two different what would be bedrooms towards the back. There is a pot that is simmering on the wood stove. That does have a bit of heat coming off of it. You can tell. Everything's kind of been overturned in the house, like any kind of furniture has been knocked over, and there are muddy footprints that track through that look like small humanoid, barefoot. And then there are
How small?
like childlike, like not adult sized. And you do see there are two bedrooms towards the back. So it's kind of this big open kind of kitchen, dining room, kind of family area, and then it opens up to a hallway in the back. It's a barefoot.
I grab Pip's hat to hold him. Don't eat the food. And let go.
Pip just kind of deflates and sinks into like the collar of her coat.
Oh, great! It's just like collar and hat.
So remembering back to the story, Artie will turn to Alice and be that journal you read. It mentioned wanting a daughter of some sort, correct? If that's right.
Yes, and that seems to be what brought about the curse. The family putting all of their savings into a dowry for a child that didn't even exist and leaving the sons by the wayside.
Yeah. And I think everyone's came with us, right? It sounds like everyone's there at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think Artie will point out the food and be like, I think someone might be here, so let's kind of be on guard, maybe. Like, just be careful.
Seems like a child. Should we see if they want to play?
Another donation from Star. Thank you. We're not in
Oh.
Kansas anymore. All right. Totally true.
Yeah, who would like to go check the back rooms?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go
Pip will
too.
follow.
All right.
Was the thing on the stove what was magical?
No, you continue to see those blips in the back room.
Okay.
In one of the back bedrooms.
I shall
So
follow the blips.
Yeah, as you make your way, you go down a hall. There's a door to your left and your right. The blips are in the left-hand side, which looks like to be the master bedroom belonging to the parents.
Mhm.
The other one, as you look in, it does have a set of 3 beds that are all kind of lined up against one wall. The other one has a bigger bed, and then it has a smaller kind of not a crib, but a
Trundle bed?
Yeah, there you go. Next to it. As you look into that room in the parents' bedroom, those blips seem to be underneath the bed. And if you are you peeking your head in at all?
Yeah, I'll kind of kneel down, look under the bed.
You see on the wall, before you get to that point, you see on the wall hundreds of tally marks that are on the wall, just kind of etched into the wall. And as you peek down and look under the bed, you see 2 eyes staring right back at you.
Yeah.
Are you here to help or hurt me?
It's already Alice and me in the room there, right? Is anyone else with us?
It's a good question.
I think
Elsa's there. Victor
Elsa.
and Alistair, are you staying out in the main area?
There's also another bedroom if you guys want.
I think Alistair is checking the pot. What's in it?
I think I was helping him check
Okay.
that pot.
Perfect. Yeah, you. We'll come back to you in the kitchen. We'll go back to the bedroom. So Pip, that answers.
So Pip is going to kneel to look at the child once she hears them as well, and she's just going to play like weird music box elevator music, because again, it's all she knows, and just like make a little thing to like lure the child towards them.
Perfect. And Alice, what are you doing? What are you going to ask?
Are you was it Gumiho? Gumi?
Yeah, you said it right.
Yeah.
My name is Acha. And you can give me, one of you can give me, you could both give me persuasion checks, or one of you can give it with advantage. I'll leave it up to you.
Let me see.
I'm gonna let the more finesse people handle this as I kind of lean back against the wall and watch.
I'll do it.
Yeah, Artie doesn't do well with the little kids.
We have a 2 for persuasion.
I can do it with advantage then. I got a 4.
All right.
Okay.
18.
Ooh. And she begins to like crawl out, and as she moves, you see 3 potions that are lined up behind her, and that's exactly where your detect magic was going to. But she starts to crawl out. I'm not the Gumiho. It haunts these woods. You're here to help me, then, I guess.
Yes, we were sent to lift the curse.
And the curse, yes. Oh, good.
Are you here by yourself?
Yes, yeah, I'm all that remains.
Kind of like look at the other 2.
Okay, I think Ardelia is always suspicious of little children anyway, and so do I still have those bugs talking and the advantage to insight, or did that go away?
I'll say you still have it.
Okay, I'm just gonna look at this kid and just kind of get a beat on whether or not the kid's telling the truth or not.
Yeah, give me an insight.
Yeah.
Go
Even if it was a normal kid, I would be suspicious anyway. But here, insight.
Go ahead. Say the line. These bugs tell me this kid's a liar.
So I got a 15. What do the bugs tell me about this kid?
You all of a sudden you hear, like, you feel this scurrying down to your ears. Ugh. And you hear, she's lying. She's lying.
Ooh, I'm gonna drop to all four and start growling like a dog and say, both back to Pip and Elsa, I believe is in the room, and Alice, and say, I don't trust this kid at all. And yeah, I'm gonna say exactly what Alice.
How could you not trust me?
I'm gonna use my eyes of the grave again. Does she light up if she's undead?
What's the distance on that?
60 feet.
She does not light up, but
Okay.
below her, in what would be the cellar.
I would not see that. If it's behind total cover, I can't see it.
Oh shoot! I'll give it to you anyways.
Let's just say there's holes in the floor.
Yeah, this house is old and kind of disheveled enough that there are enough kind of holes in the floor. Thank you, Bromo. That you do get some pings coming from what would be the cellar, but not from her.
All right. So I ask her who she is. Who are you? Because they told us that they didn't have a daughter, right?
I'm Acha. This was my house, and the Gumiho killed my parents.
Oh yeah.
Please, we can't be in a large group like this. It will track us. It will definitely come and get us.
How are you taking care of yourself?
I've been able to move quietly throughout the woods and at the right time and be able to forage enough, and I have some soup out there on the stove.
Pip kind of leans forward a little bit and just pokes her hands through her cloak and just goes, "How do you feel about liver?"
I don't what is liver? I don't know that I've ever heard that before.
You have one.
I have one. What do you mean?
In here. She points to her own stomach and then at theirs.
Oh, no, why would I eat my own insides? I thought you were here to help. I thought you were here to help. And as she is now kind of getting agitated, you see kind of fall outside of her shirt a necklace or a string that has a ring of keys on it that she quickly tucks back in. I thought you were here to help.
Immediately grapple the child now.
Pip never said anything about eating livers. What brought you to that idea?
Ooh, nice.
She asked if I like them. What?
How do you feel about them?
Oh, I like them where they are, I guess. And at this point, you can see she's kind of like visibly confused and like, if you're not here to help, please go. You're only attracting the Gumiho, please.
I know it's your father, and I know you want to protect him. But we need to end this curse, or more people will die.
Elsa kind of steps forward, looking at the kid, and it's just like, "What's in the basement?"
Those are... Oh God. And give me a persuasion check, and I'll say either you can roll it... You can roll it one each, or you can roll with advantage.
I want to give them advantage, whoever the other person is,
So
because
Alice?
I have negative persuasion.
Yeah, I think either Pip or Alice.
Yeah?
Yeah, go for it.
Either one.
20.
Let the Warforged do all the persuading. I love it. I love it. Don't go in the cellar. Those are people that didn't help, that are down there, and my dad is dead. It's not the Gumiho's not my dad. What? My family was killed by the Gumiho.
We found his journal. Or maybe it was your journal.
No, I don't have a journal.
I had a question, like if Pip can still read minds, because as we were traveling towards this house, they got that ability.
Yeah, is that still lasting?
Wow,
No,
that-
that was a detect thought that began and ended with Alistair.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Elsa's gonna go and look for an entrance to the basement.
You would have seen the stairs that go down outside that has like the barn doors that close like a storm cellar.
All right, I'm gonna go back out to the kitchen and look over at Alistair and be like, "Hey, basement time." Walk outside.
While that was going on, Alistair would have been looking through this pot real quick, trying to figure out what's cooking.
Yeah, so before Elsa gets back out there, you see in this pot are like some tubers, like some roots and some hardy kind of vegetables that have been foraged. No meat proteins of any kind in there.
Well, this doesn't look like any liver I've ever seen. What about you? I look to the person who's with me.
Victor's with you, yeah.
Me. No, it doesn't. And it doesn't look that good either. I don't think I'd like to dig in on this.
It's not that rice.
Good. Have at it. I mean, it's probably not poisoned in the slightest.
I'll pass.
Anyhow, I wonder what the others are doing. I believe this point where Elsa comes
at that point, Elsa, yeah, you make your way back out there.
Hello there, Elsa. What seems to be the problem?
There's undead in the basement.
Undead, you say? Well,
Yes.
happen to be my specialty.
Oh, good. Mine as well. You want to go get some action finally?
Perfect. This sounds like a job for a paladin and a cleric.
I'm gonna check this pot out while y'all go do that.
That's not for me.
Pip follows along after Elsa to rejoin the group.
So that leaves Alice and Artie in the room with the girl. Pip and Elsa and head out.
Alice, what do you want to do about this kid? I don't really trust her.
I'd like to borrow your keys.
No, they go downstairs. You don't want to go down there. Please come with me. We need to leave here. We need to go to the barn.
Why?
Because the Gumiho attracts the large crowds. If we move in twos and threes, we can make it to the barn. The Gumiho's coming. And at this point, Pip, Elsa, Alistair are heading outside. You get outside and you see some cellar doors that are locked.
Locked, you said?
Is anyone good at picklocking?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm totally able to pick a lock. I'm gonna cast Shillelagh again.
All right.
And I'm gonna beat the fuck out of that door.
All right. Give me a strength. It's a strength check, but I'll say with advantage because you have Shillelagh'd your club there.
That's a 13.
Yeah, you're able to two hits, and then on the second one, kind of coming back in, that lock just kind of clips off, and the doors are now open, or not open, but they can be opened rather.
Mighty fine lockpicking.
Then, would Pip remember approximately where Alice and who was it? Artie that stayed with her?
Yeah, we're in the room.
Yeah, they stayed
Would
in the
Pip
room.
remember what direction they are? Like, is it too far?
You're kind of in the middle of the house, is where these doors go down, and they're more to the left of you.
All right, Pip's just gonna cast a message real quick, and then she's going to say, "The coop is open, Mother Hen. The coop is open. Come downstairs."
And then we'll cut from there. We'll go back inside with Alice. Sorry, new character names. Alice and Artie, you're in there, and she's like, "Please come with me to the barn. You don't want to go down there with your friends, please. The Gumiho is coming.
Can Victor make his way in there and say, "Hey, did you make this pot of soup? Is that allowed?"
Yes, I made it. But please, we cannot stay here. And she's gonna start to walk towards the door. And whoever's next to her, she's gonna grab your hands. Come on, please. We have to move.
Yeah, I think being caught off guard, I think Artie will go with her, unless someone tries to stop her.
I'm gonna kind of like look at Artie and be like,
Yeah, I don't know, cause I am kind of curious what's in the barn.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe we should go with her. I'm not sure.
So yeah, she grabs your hand, and Alice, she grabs your hand, and starts to kind of like urge you down the hall as Victor's coming in. Oh yes, you can come too, please, but no more anymore. They'll be able to track us. Please come on. And she's going to start pushing through the hallway and towards out the door, towards the direction of the barn.
I'm just gonna give a shrug to Alice and just keep following, cause
I want to get down on one knee and like eye level with her, and I want to say, if the fox is in the barn and you're trying to feed our livers to it, there will be consequences.
No, this is to be safe from the Gumiho. Trust me, I've survived this long. I'm not going to let you get me killed now. And she's gonna kind of like pick you, like urge you to stand back up. Come on, please.
I'll go with.
Okay.
I wanted to know, if she needs to go to the barn, then why was she just cooking the soup? Why was she not already headed towards the barn?
I would have been able to finish my soup, except you all showed up.
yeah.
So she's
So I think, more curious than anything, Artie will go with her to the barn, because he's kind of caught off guard.
all right. Is everybody else following?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I follow
That's
Artie's
there.
lead.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you guys, she ushers you out the door and towards the barn, which is on the opposite side of the house. We'll go back to the other side. How are all of you proceeding? You've picked the lock. You've sent the message.
Pip, Alistair, and Elza. Correct?
Yep.
Hmm?
Well, I will boldly take the lead in this, I guess, and I will go forward like the brave paladin that I am towards this undead horde.
Okay.
As he's talking, you can see one of Pip's feet just like push him towards it. Like, go on then.
I'm going. You don't need to push me.
Okay.
Just make sure that you're right behind me.
Go ahead and give me a D100 roll as you're the first one stepping down there.
Okay.
Make sure that happens. Just a reminder to anybody watching, if you'd like to donate, get some more random rolls, it goes to code 2040. It's been a while since we brought it up. So
That was a 74.
Oops, I spelled that wrong. I did.
74.
There you go. That's how you spell it.
74 of doom.
One random creature in the region gains the ability to cast telekinesis. So you feel this weird feeling over you. You can cast telekinesis once within the next 24 hours. So yeah, you come down, and is everybody else coming down behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's right.
the cellar is, you get down there, and it's this grisly sight. You see chained in the different corners of the room 4 human beings that are kind of chained and propped up, clothless except for a loincloth. Abdomens have been gashed. They almost look like butchered animals. There is all their chains kind of go to one big pulley that's in the center that is keeping them propped up. And that's what you see in front of you.
Holy moly.
Is it dark
Is-
down here?
It is fairly dark, but we'll say we'll treat it as dim light, as there's enough kind of there's a few cellar windows that are very small that are letting some light in. There's some creaking in from the cracks in the floorboards above.
I'm just gonna. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, since someone, I forget who said that there was undead in the cellar,
Yeah, that was.
are there any like stones or anything on the ground or like debris like big enough?
Yeah, there's some like old discarded crates. There's some old flour sacks. There are a couple, rocks that have kind of been gathered through time.
Can Pip grab one of those and just kind of toss it at one of the bodies to see if they move?
Yeah, you do that, and it kind of animates itself, and it pulls taut the chains behind it, and all the chains that are connecting it from the center of the room down to it go tight as it reaches forward to you, being stuck behind, as it gets to the end of its pull, and then that triggers all the rest of them. So now 4 of these humanoids are sitting there trying to reach towards you. We'll pause there.
Good.
We'll go back to the barn. Hurry, quick! We have to run. Come on. We can't be left outside here for too long. And she's bringing you into the barn, going past the corral with the donkey that is there, into the barn. Please come! Quick, close the door behind you.
Yeah, I think I'll skeptically follow, but be kind of wary and see what's going on. So she's pulling us into the barn to close it and kind of hide there.
Yep.
I'll give a look to Alice and Victor and kind of gauge, like, do you guys want to go in here, or what do you guys want to do?
If you don't come in, the Gumiho will get you.
I want to try to communicate with my eyes. Like, I absolutely have no trust in this child, but I'm going to go in anyway.
That's kind of how I'm feeling too. I don't quite trust her, but there's obviously something in this barn. So let's go find out what it is.
All
it's
right.
kind of
Let's go.
Lena, thank you for the $10 donation. Here goes nothing. They say, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Your random roll has been added to the tally. So yeah, she pulls you in. There is old hay bales that have through time kind of fluffed off into just randomly dispersed. They're no longer in bale form. But she comes in and she closes the door behind. There, sit, be quiet. We have to be quiet. And we'll go back to our group that is down in the cellar. So all these 4 creatures reaching out towards you.
All right, so immediately Pip would have just thrown another rock. And then what is Alistair going to do?
Could I make a religion check against these undead to try to figure out, okay, what's been done to these guys, and perhaps why has this been done? It's
okay.
Is the Gumiho trying to harvest and then reharvest livers or something here?
Give me that religion check.
Okay.
Could I give him advantage with that and check too?
We'll say you both are kind of looking at your individual zombie folk.
Okay.
All right.
Religion. That's a 9.
Do you have advantage?
Yes.
Reroll.
We do have
That
rerolls.
Oh yeah, I have the reroll.
Yes.
I will use that reroll.
Definitely. So you have 3 rerolls left.
15.
15.
way better.
Yeah, a little better. You can tell definitely their livers have been harvested. Why they are strung up, you can't really tell. It's almost like a game, some kind of weird game they've been playing with them. Get them into the shackles, and then they're not full-blown zombies, but they are on. They're teetering on that line between live and undead.
Oh my gosh! Wait, are these still conscious people?
I would say they're beyond that. They're in some sort of weird kind of trance, but there's no magical trance over them. For mechanical purposes, they are zombies, but to see how far they are gone, you can't really tell from where you're at. And I should say, Debbie, $25 donation. Thank you so much. Thanks for hosting the fundraiser for Code 2040. Debbie, thank you for taking part in it and playing with us and hanging out and donating. Totally appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, so there we are.
Oh, it would seem that these undead are not quite fully undead. They're caught between the boundary between life and death, trapped for an eternity of suffering. Two minds too broken. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm continuing. You go.
Elsa is just interrupting you mid monologue. Just no, pulling out Shillelagh
Okay.
and just going up to hit the first one. She's
right.
just, all of these must die.
Okay. Yeah, give me an attack roll on that first zombie. Hey, Blue Nova, thank you for hanging out. Have a good one.
Oh, I don't know why I was on advantage, but I rolled a 10.
That hits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
nice, right?
11 magical bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, so for the first one, yeah, you kind of you club through half of it, and its arm like detaches from its body. So now it's like it's got one arm that's pulling it back now, and it's now moving at you, kind of like with half its body. The other arm, the half of it, the arm is laying on the ground now, kind of dangling as its wrist is still in the shackle. Anybody else want to do anything while you're in here? These zombies can't move, so I'm not going to have you roll initiative. It's how far do you want to take it here?
Yeah.
Just gonna like tilt her head and doubts how much you can bludgeon something to death that's already been gutted.
I am just going to reach back, grab my lance, and just one by one, just to the head.
Okay. So yeah, we'll kind of like we'll veil that and say your time down there is spent kind of discarding these. Some more not gracefully, but with more reverence than others, but taken care of. While you're doing that, we'll cut back to the barn. As you guys are all in there now, the door is closed and she's sitting there behind you, jumping through the windows that are in the back of this barn. 3 Gumiho with 9 tails, one of them bigger than the other, jump in and immediately start to attack. So we're going to go ahead, and the 3 of you that are in there, let's roll initiative.
There it is.
I said it. I didn't know if I was going to say it, after we diplomatically avoided the first encounter. So I'm going to add you manually into there, so because we don't have tokens. Sure. So Alice, and then we have, how do you spell your name, Robo?
You can put ARDY, RD.
ARDY, and then we have Victor's in there as well. Alice rolled a 20, nice. Artie rolled a 21, even better.
I was going to say, 20 is good. 21 might be
Victor rolled a 14. So we have, let me add a Kumiho 1, Kumiho 2, Kumiho 3.
Should the other 3 of us roll and we be treated as surprised?
Yeah, I'll get you in there. They're gonna get a couple rounds because you were doing your dispatching down there, and then we will get you in. Okay, they're all gonna be on the same. Do you mind if they're all on the same? No, just roll. Let's mix them up. I like it when they're mixed up. I don't.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. So I have like another power thing called message.
Okay.
I don't know if we're far enough or not, but can I send a message to one of them, letting them know that we're being attacked?
Yes, you can. But we're in initiative now, so that means everything is in order. So when it gets to your turn, you definitely can.
Okay.
Okay. So, Artie, you are first. What would you like to do as these 3 jump in and pounce, and the one in the middle is kind of bigger, burlier, snarlier, all the ers.
Yeah, and if they look that they're agitated and they're obviously aggressive, I'm gonna attack back, you know. And so I think first I'm gonna whistle. This is kind of my role play, and summon my forest, any kind of little creatures that are around to gather my swarm. You can let me know. Is there rats or squirrels or anything? What's all this
definitely. I mean, this is an old barn. There's definitely a lot of things for rats to feast on. So
some rats.
Definitely.
Okay. Definitely. Yeah, and so then for my action, or actually for my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
On here, I'll put it in chat. Oops, that's not it. Sorry. There's chat. And I'll cast it on one of the smaller. There's 2 smaller ones, right?
Yeah, there's 2 that are flanking the big one.
Yeah, so maybe like I guess let's just say the left, the smaller one,
'Kay.
and I'll cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay. Just remind me. We'll say that's Gumiho number 2.
2. Okay, let me write that down myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll Hunter's Mark number 2.
Number 1 is the main, and then 2 is on their side,
left.
and 3. Yeah, 2 is on their left, 3 is on their right.
Okay, and then I'll whip out my short bow and just shoot an arrow at them.
Okay.
So
Give me a D100 roll first.
Oh shoot! Okay, before that, let me cancel that. D100.
I'll try to weave this into your attack.
No, okay, no problem. It better be good then. I got a 70.
Good. Xander, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. I've added it to the tally. A 70. All right, so go ahead and make your attack, and I'll,
Okay.
Let's see if you hit.
Yep. So I'll pull back an arrow and I'll let it fly at normal. I rolled a 14 because of my fighting
Ooh,
style.
just hits.
Okay, so it does on its own. It does 10 damage plus 3 from. So what happens is as I shoot, all these little animals start attacking as well. It's part of the Swarm Keeper's power.
Yeah.
And I do an additional 3 damage from little animal bites. I
Nice.
guess.
Okay.
And so it's a 13 total plus the Hunter's Mark. If you want me to roll that now.
Yeah, and coming out of that as well, you notice they're like these little dung beetles that
Ooh,
are
okay.
coming out with the rats and the mice and some of the others that are coming out with it that are going to cause some poison damage on the Gumiho. So
Nice. Okay.
go
You want me to
ahead.
roll something for the poison damage?
Yeah,
as
so it's a
well, or-
D6 of poison damage. That you're
Another
gonna add to that.
D6?
Yeah. So go ahead and roll all the damage. And
Okay.
this is Gumiho number 2.
Okay, so along with the bug, so I do 13, 16, 18 points of damage total. 3 of that is poison damage.
So how
From the
much
bugs.
total? Did you say?
18 total.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, and now you see like all those creatures and bugs are now like kind of swarming over it, and you can see it trying to like bite over its shoulder and nip some of them off of it. It takes a pretty good chunk.
Yeah, and I think as I do that, I'll just shout something like "We could have been friends," and then that's it. And then my turn's done.
Oh, why can't we be friends? Alice, that leads us to you.
All right. I want to angle just right, move so that I can cast Tasha's Caustic Brew at all 3 of them.
All right. What is that? Is that a line or is it a cone?
It's a line.
Okay.
It's a 30-foot long, 5-foot wide
Okay.
line.
Yeah, so you have to kind of like move over to the
Go
side.
to the side, yeah.
So you can get across them. Yep, you're able to get all 3.
And I want to turn and look back and say, "Looks like your father and brothers are here."
Ooh. Give me a D100 roll as you do that, and then I'll roll their saves as well. It's a DC 14 Dex save. Ooh. 2 of them pass. Let's see the third one. Nope. So number 3 does not pass. 1 and 2 pass.
I got a 38.
38. Let's see what we can add to this attack. The third one that saved, the reason it saved, these strands of hay that is all strewn about kind of manifested into 2 arms that came in and pulled it down to the ground, and now it is it's restrained on the floor, and that's why it missed and got the other 2. So the third one is restrained down on the floor. So go ahead and roll damage, whatever your damage is going to be. So it's 5.
So it's 5 damage, but it takes it at the start of its turn, I believe.
Okay. So remind me if I skip it. So is that it for your turn?
Yeah, I don't have any
Okay.
bonus actions to do.
So Gumiho number 2 is going to take 5 damage. Acid damage.
And it will take that damage continuously as long as I'm concentrating, as long as it doesn't use its action to scrape or wash off the acid.
Yuck. Let's see if it's smart enough. What is their intelligence? Their intelligence is not... So it is Gumiho number 2's turn. It is going to run towards you, Artie.
Alice?
Artie,
Artie,
sorry. I don't
okay.
know why, because Artie took the first shot at it. Is going to run
Okay.
towards you and get in melee range with you.
Okay.
I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
22.
Ah, you stink. So it kind of gets up in your face, and you can see its eyes start to get cloudy and start to go and wrap around your mind in this weird kind of sleepy gaze. But you're able to like shrug it off, and yeah, you successfully saved, and that's its turn.
And I'm gonna go bad dog. Just say,
Unfortunate.
No. Shout it.
Victor, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I think I want to do like a firebolt hit,
Okay.
but then I don't know like if I should do this or not because I had the double in size thing that you told me at the beginning.
Oh, the enlarge reduce.
Yeah. So you could. You would do extra damage.
So I don't know how that works.
You just if you want to do it now, you would just like grow in size and kind of fill up this room and become more intimidating, and you do an extra D4 on any damage that you inflict. But you did talk about wanting to send message to the other people.
Yeah, should I do that too?
I'll leave
Can I
that.
do both? I don't know.
You can't do them at the same time.
You can't do both.
Okay.
You can do one of those things.
I'm gonna send a message.
Okay. Message is an action, yeah. So it would take your whole turn in sending this message to somebody else in the party.
It's important that they know, so I'm gonna send the message to Pip right now.
Okay. What are you saying to Pip?
Oh snap! Hey Pip girl, these 3 Naruto 9-tailed beasts is in here trying to get us. Come, bring everybody, save us.
So as Pip, as you are helping dispatch of, I'd say you're like halfway through the 4 zombies there. You get this.
Yeah,
This ping.
Pip wasn't dispatching any. She was just sitting back. And then she straightens and she goes, wrong coop, and she just runs out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you'll have a brief start. Did you say wrong coop to everybody?
Yeah, I said it to everybody in the room.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll initiative for me. We'll get you added. It's going to be another round before you get in.
All right.
Okay.
Is that Victor? You can move, and you can do a bonus action. And I don't know if you have any bonus action spells.
I don't know.
I'll take.
Yeah, I'll just end my turn.
Okay.
That's
You
okay.
can move if you want, and like get a tactical advantage somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm hiding behind something.
Okay, yeah, there's enough. There's like towards the corner, opposite of the way Alice went, is kind of a big buildup of hay that you can kind of like pile up enough in front of you.
That's exactly what I'm doing. You already knew it.
Okay, perfect. That leads us to the main Gumiho. This one is definitely going to take. Is it an action to take off the acid?
Yes.
Okay, it is going to use its action to take off its the acid that is on it, but it does still take the 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the start of its turn.
Okay, so it takes that damage, and then it's feeling the burn, kind of gets it off, and it's going to run up towards you, Artie, and kind of pack tactics with the other one. But it's used its action. That leads us to number 3. He's got to try to get out of this thing. Oh, dang, that dice is rolling hot. That's a nat 20. His action is kind of nipping at the hay that has restrained him, but that's its action. That leads us back to Artie. Artie, are you there?
Sorry about that. I had a family thing come up. Okay,
that's
so
fine.
back to me. I think I'm gonna continue shooting arrows at the one that has the hunter's mark on it. Do those weird bugs hang out, or was that just a one time?
That was kind of a one-time thing.
Okay, so I will just fire another longbow at the Kumiho 2, I believe is what we numbered it.
1 and 2 are in your face.
Oh shoot. Okay, I already rolled. I guess it'd be a disadvantage. How do you want me to do this?
Disadvantage.
Because I shot a ranged attack at it because I forgot that they were right in my face.
Oh, yeah. So it would be disadvantage because they are within
Are
your
you
melee.
cool with me rewinding that? I kind of forgot that they were in my
go
face.
for it.
So instead, I will use my short sword. Is it okay for me to then drop my bow and sheath my sword instead?
Yeah, that's
Okay, and
that's free action. Yeah.
Okay. And so I'll swing with the short sword. It's actually a 14.
Oh, that hits. Just hits.
Okay. And so same thing. It's 9 damage from the sword, and then it's 4 damage from the little critters that are biting
Oh.
for the swarm.
So you're attacking number 2 again. Yeah, it's looking really rough. That one in front of you. If we want to go ahead and have Elsa roll initiative, and we'll get you in there as well.
Yep. And so I'll just do that, and then I'll kind of step. I cannot step back. I'll like be on guard, and then my turn will end.
Jeez, Elsa with the crit.
Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah. I'm going first.
Okay, I think that's everybody. You are 2 rounds behind. Crow or Pip, you're going to be in this order. You guys, Elsa and Alstair, you will be in the next round.
Wait, so we won't be there yet?
No, you won't be there yet.
Am I able to use my movement and action to make a dash so I can get there sooner?
That'll get you to the barn, so you'll be able to do an action the next round for an attack or whatever you want.
All right, can I do that?
Yeah, when we get yes.
Okay.
That leads us to Alice. Go ahead, Alstair. What was up?
I was going to say, can I combo with that actually to boost a little further?
Tell me when we get to your turn.
Okay.
All right, Alice.
I will maintain my concentration on the caustic brew and use my action to cast Firebolt at the one that's in Artie's face and looks rough.
Okay. So, tell me what I have to do.
Natural 20, 27.
Yeah, that definitely hits. You roll that damage.
Do you double the first die or use the roll twice? Because Roll20 automatically rolled twice.
Let's go with what Roll20 has kind of pre-programmed for us. So 10 points of fire damage. That's enough to dispatch that one of those Gumihos that is in front of Artie as this kind of pushes it into the other one and it falls down. And thank you, Friendon, for another gifted sub. Appreciate it. Is that it, Alice? Do you want to move?
I guess I'll kind of try to come around the side and go behind them.
Okay.
So that we're not all clustered on the same side when everybody else arrives.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to kind of move around to the back of the barn. There still is one kind of 10, 15 feet away from you, and then there's one in front of Artie, and then on the other side is Victor hiding in the hay. So Gumiho number 2 is Victor. That leads us to you. What would you like to do from your hay fort?
Okay, so now I want to pop out. I want to be big and strong, and I want to do a firebolt attack.
Okay.
Wait, is that right? Firebolt?
Yeah. So you are kind of like gathering up this hay in while everybody else is acting, and then all of a sudden, this huge dragonborn just starts to grow and grow. Think like Alice eating the mushroom that makes her get bigger, right? Just and you're almost to the rafters in this barn, and your hand just lights up, and you fire this firebolt towards. Are you firing towards the one in front of Artie or the one towards Alice in the back?
I was going towards the main one.
Okay, so you will.
And when I roll, I'm so sorry. Do I make it an advantage since it?
You do get advantage because of special donations that happened tonight. Thank you, everybody that donated. You will roll Firebolt. You'll just click on the Firebolt in your character sheet.
I think I did it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not in the chat, so let me double check.
20.
Yeah, so the first one would be at regular, which was a 9, but because you have advantage, you rolled a 20. Definitely hits, and you get to do an extra D4 damage. So if you want to click a D4 in that dice on the left side, the same place where we rolled the D100s. Ooh, Another 4, so that's 8 points of fire damage on Gumiho number 1. Okay, it takes it. It's still standing there. It's a little beefier, burlier than the rest of them, but it's standing there. What would you like to do? You can move. You can bonus action, or we'll say your bonus action was the enlarge. Action was the firebolt, so you have movement left.
Okay, do I stay this big, like, or is it just a one thing and I go?
No,
back?
you'll be this big for what's going to be this whole battle. Yeah.
Well, then I'm just standing tall, and I'm about to go find a good spot where I can't hit my head.
Yeah. There are rafters that are, every 2 feet, so you're kind of like in between 2 rafters.
Dodging and weaving.
There you are. All right.
Yep.
Gumiho number 1 is in front of you, Artie. It's going to take a bite attack at you.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
With that floor dice?
A 19 and a 9.
The 19 hits, the 9 does not hit.
Nice. You take 6 points of piercing damage as this bite comes in and finds a spot free of any armor or clothes.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
And that's it. That is it.
Okay.
That's its turn. Allstare, what would you like to do as you see Pip leaving and running out of the the basement there, the cellar?
With that slightly faster initiative, I catch up briefly to Pip, and I look to Pip in the eyes. Okay, we going to do this the tiny shotgun technique or the 1-2 French dip technique?
Pip's just gonna go. I have no idea what you're talking about. I gotta go.
French dip. He grabs Pip. He reaches under, like, towards the cloak, pulls it, parts it, grabs Pip's hands. Are you ready?
Yes.
And then there's a sound of music fills the air as Alistair sweeps around, their cloaks dancing in a flourish, and till the point these cloaks almost seem to conceal both of their forms. They pool in like Meta Knight, and then somewhere up above, the cloak emerges again, reforming from the world as Alistair appears mid-air holding Pip in a French dip. And I am going to use the telekinesis to push an extra 30 feet on this.
All right, I love it. I love it.
60 feet.
Okay.
And I am going to use my ability.
Okay. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
But
Petal dance. As Alistair dissolves into petals and forms into a shield of petals around you, granting you 1d8 AC.
I like it.
Wait.
What?
So get 4 AC until the end of my next turn.
All right.
And you are launched a far distance, which I think you can cover the rest.
Yeah.
Also, if you haven't noticed, that wasn't Alistair. Alistair is still back in the barn.
So I have +4 to my AC.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. Cool.
just to be clear, Alistair, you're still in the cellar.
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
So I am a Ladrin, and I'm currently in my spring form.
Gotcha.
And one of the interesting things about the spring form is that when you use your phase step, you can teleport someone else instead.
That's right.
I freaking love it. Pip, that brings you all the way to the door of the barn, and you don't have to use your action to dash. You are there. You have an action. You see one Gumiho down. You see another one in front of Artie. Artie's like 5 feet in front of you. You see a gigantic Victor in the corner, just like looking not to bump their head. Alice is in the other corner with a Gumiho kind of close to them.
All right. So where's the biggest one?
That's right in front of Artie, which is right in front of you.
All right. So she's going to move. First place, when she gets to the door, she's going to see the creatures attacking her strangers, but she thinks they're friends, and she's just going to rip off her ankle-length cloak and reveal that she is just absolutely jacked from the neck down.
Oh,
Absolutely jacked. She rips it off like a superhero.
I love it.
Looks at the scene, marches straight over the big one, and then as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Thunderous Smite.
Cool.
And let me see. Let me
Yes,
just.
I love all of this. I love all of this.
All right, it's lagging. And I'm going to do this guy. Boop.
Pip, more like ripped. All right.
All right, so I'm going to.
So a
I
strength.
can use Thunder Smite with my weapon-based attack, right?
Sure.
All right. So I'm going to take her quarterstaff, and she's going to take one solid swing at it with the Thunderous Smite to back it up.
Okay. It is going.
All right.
Is a strength save for the thunder smite?
I think you do the hit
It's
first.
a 12.
All right. So the quarterstaff misses, but
Oh.
I'm going to do a strength save for the thunder.
The save only activates if it hits.
Oh, is that true?
But
Oh,
the
Am I
spell
able
is
to
a
reroll?
yeah, I was going to give it to you just because it's kind of like ringing through the air and rule of cool, kind of like I want to give you some of that. So I'm going to give you the 7 thunder damage as your grand reveal of ripped comes in, and yeah, so 7 points of thunder damage. Although your quarterstaff hits just next to it, but you can see the reverberation kind of chip away at some of that.
Could they
Gumiho.
could Pip use their reroll though?
There
Yeah,
is a
do we have
reroll.
any real?
Heck yeah, we do. We have.
Can I
3.
use that, guys?
Yep. Go ahead and
Yeah, I
reroll
think we
that.
have some.
Yep,
All right.
that hits.
17. All right.
So give me some extra damage.
All right, so D8. Let's see this.
And I think they need to save or be not pushed 10 feet and knocked prone.
Ooh. Oh, they did not save.
See D8 right here.
Ooh, so 8. And,
Come on.
that's-
8
That's 15 points of
Nice.
damage.
plus my. It's D8 plus my. Okay, so plus 3, so
Ooh,
11 plus 7.
11 plus 7 is 18. Math is hard. And it gets pushed, right to your feet, Victor. As you are this hulking dragonborn staring down at it, you see this Gumiho right at your feet. Is that it, Pip?
And it's my bonus action for Thunder Smite, so I can't spend a key point then, I assume.
True. Not totally
All right, so that's my turn.
up on the monk rules, but yeah. Gumiho number 3 is going to go up to Alice, and it comes running right up to you, and it stops, and that same cloudy vision starts to come out towards you. Give me a wisdom save.
12.
Ooh, yeah, that's enough, man. The wisdom save on this is rather low. You feel yourself, and more maybe that voice coming in your head of the soul of the magician coming in, and almost like, I'm getting sleepy, like they're being charmed, they're being kind of affected, but your build is able to just kind of like shake it off, and it is just standing in front of you now.
Fun fact, magic can't put me to sleep because I'm a warforged.
Well, then there we go. It wasted its turn. So yeah, it all works out. Elza, you see some stuff happening. You're still down in the cellar. You can use your action and movement to get to the gate, to the door of the bar,
Yeah.
if you'd like.
So I'm definitely going to use my action to dash
Okay.
with my full movement doubled or whatever it is.
Okay.
And bonus action,
Do it.
I'm going to just re-up my shillelagh
I love
to
it.
make sure I'm ready to
Really?
beat someone.
Shillelagh.
I already dropped the F-bomb, so I can't say it again.
You get one. You get one, folks.
Exactly.
All right, that's Elza. Artie, you have the main one in front of you is looking tough, or is looking rough. Not tough. It's looking. No, it's not in front of you anymore. It's moved to the feet of Victor, and you catch its eyes. And being the ranger that you are, and being around small creatures, you see a little bit of.
Don't say sadness. Don't say sadness.
Not sadness, but of a motherly kind of warmth in those eyes. That is behind a this fox exterior. You see
Yeah.
something that's pulling at you in a way.
You made it so hard now. Now I gotta decide. Shoot, I'm trying to think because I don't know. I guess I would stop attacking for a second and try to. I guess I use my action to like dissuade it because the big one's alive and there's still a small one, right? Number
Yeah,
three.
the big one is like at the feet of Victor, looking very, very rough. The other one is essentially untouched.
Okay. I think, despite kind of my better judgment, I'm gonna try to use my turn to like talk to the
Okay.
fox. And thing is, I cannot cast speak with animals anymore, but I'll just try to, in my regular common voice, do like a, why are you attacking us? I guess, and ask the bigger one.
In common, at the feet of you, Victor, this Gumiho says, "It is the curse. Please, save my daughter. Give her a life that we could not have."
Okay. And so would that have taken up my action? I was gonna say.
I think it's a free action to speak for a quick 6 seconds.
Okay. I'm gonna take that as they want to end their curse. I guess end their life. I'm not sure. I didn't see any other way to break the curse, and those other foxes were saying that
being back in the bedroom, putting together what the monk told you, and seeing all the tally marks on the wall. You know, this Gumiho is so far gone. Like, there are so many tally marks, right? The 1,000 livers. There was just too many to count. There were so many. Like, they're in this kind of this routine of harvesting livers.
Yeah.
That there's something inside of this Gumiho that's coming out saying, "I'm too far gone. Save my daughter."
Save my daughter. Okay. Which actually, where is the daughter? This whole fight, she just chilling in the corners.
You don't see her in the barn anymore.
Okay, she's not there. Okay, so I think out of mercy, then I think I'll just. So who's in front of me? Or are they both pushed away?
You're kind of here, Victor, and the main one is to your left. Alice and the other one is to your right. Pip is next to you.
Okay, I guess I'll just run up to the larger mother one. Because I have my short sword out, and I'll just attack again with my short sword.
All right.
Boop. 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, and so it's 8 damage plus another 2 as the little critters start eating on her.
Yeah, that's enough. And as you're driving in the short sword, it almost like steps up into you, like leans up into it, and like end this kind of thing, you know, like. And that happens, and she falls.
I think I'll say sorry and like kind of start maybe crying a little bit, and then my turn is done.
Okay. All right. That leads us to Alice. You have one in front of you. No such remorse or sorrow or sadness coming from this one.
Okay. Seeing that, I'm gonna kind of figure that this one is probably pretty far gone too. So I'll go ahead and firebolt that one. Step back a little bit. It was like 10 feet away from me.
Yep.
Step back a little bit so I can get a little more range on it.
Yep. We can do that.
23.
Rolling
Wish
hot.
I had advantage. I rolled a natural 20 on the advantage one.
Rolling hot tonight. Yeah. That definitely hits. So go ahead and give me some damage.
It's just 8.
Oh, yeah. Sorry,
8 fire
it's already
damage.
there. It's already there. All right. Movement, bonus action.
I want to just take a quick glance where they came in and see if I see the little girl running away.
There's two windows towards the back of the barn that are kind of like halfway up. And you don't see anything out of there. There is enough hay that you could like just run up and jump out the windows. But you don't see her at all.
Okay. I'll just use my movement to climb up on some hay to get up a little bit out of their range, so they have to work to attack me if they're going to.
Perfect. All right. Victor, that leads us to you.
Okie dokie.
At your feet
And-
is the dead main Gumiho. There's another
Mhm.
one towards Alice at the back of the barn. Other than that, there's nothing. You don't see the little girl either.
So I'm gonna use a firebolt, right? Can
Okay.
I still do that?
Yep, definitely.
On the last one.
Yep. With advantage.
Okay.
Yep.
With advantage.
Ooh.
What the heck is that?
Not, that's not
It's a
good.
nut.
We do have a reroll if you'd like to use that.
Should I use that?
I would definitely, because you missed both.
Okay, then I'm gonna re-roll, y'all.
Yeah, do it. You have one left. That one hits. You rolled a 14 on both. But that one hits. And you do pew pew 2. But you have an extra d4 because you are enlarged. So go ahead and add an extra d4 damage to that.
Okay. And that is right there.
Oh.
Oh.
What is this?
Oh.
Oh,
I think
bad
that's
rolls.
I think we should roll on some. We need to get you like something positive here. So go ahead and give me a D100 roll.
Okie doke.
I feel bad.
The dice are not your friend.
I feel bad. We
Goodbye.
we need to spice something up.
14.
Oh, I hope that's good. I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, potted plant.
yeah.
All of a sudden, you feel super tired. Like there are like, you just feel like stones are being stacked upon you. Sorry, man, nothing good out of these rolls. Just being stacked upon you, and you can feel your enlarged self being shrunk back down to normal size. Not totally yet. It's incremental, but it's definitely like it's very uncomfortable. It's pushing you down. It feels like there are stones on your shoulders. But yeah, sorry, nothing good came from that.
DM, I just want you to know that you saw him rolling low, and then you were like, you know what? Let's have him roll wild magic.
Yeah, that. Well, there's some good stuff that could have, but not today, not that round. Alstair, as you Alstair, as you are approaching, are you heading that way?
Oh, I'm certainly not dashing. I'm at my preferred distance. Alistair lazily jogs up the stairs so he can see inside this barn.
As you are approaching, nonchalantly, Friendin donated $20 to the pool there. Thank you so much. But as well, you see the girl leaving the barn and going around the corner, like up next to the barn, like kind of like sneaking around. Not in a I'm gonna go get advantage and stab somebody, but like I'm scared. Kind of
Trying to run away. Okay, Alistair sees that, and he's going to start going after her.
Okay.
However, before I do that, I have an action and bonus action I'd like to use with an infinite range spell.
Yeah.
And can I see any of my allies through that barn door?
Yeah, you can definitely see Pip and you can see Artie.
Any of those guys have weapons on currently in their hands?
Yep. Pip or Artie's got short sword. Pip's got something.
Quarterstaff.
Quarterstaff.
Man, I'm gonna go with the short sword. Artie, you have that right?
Yep, I
And
do.
you're standing next to you're standing next to the creature, right?
The dead one, the large one.
Yeah. Super dead.
Okay. In that case, Crow, I'm going to use you. Well, if you remember earlier, there was a point which my shadow was being attacked, and I moved it away. Well,
Right.
I am going to reach up my hand, and I'm going to place my hand against the ground, and as I do, the black energy of the Unseelie Fae is going to travel through my hand, and Pip, your shadow animates again. Congratulations! As it rises up out of the ground, quarter-staffed raise, and is going to take a swing.
I like it.
And
Please.
what?
You can use your reaction to make an attack.
It's cool.
Okay. We can say you're within a melee range of the other one. You can use that attack right now on the one that's in front of Alice if you'd like.
All right.
And while you go ahead.
Does it have to be a melee attack?
I believe it can be ranged too.
Oh. Oh, I thought you put it on her. On her shadow. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So if you have darts.
Yep. If you have darts.
Let's see.
While you're doing that, I will shout out. We're kind of getting close to the end here, folks. So any last minute donations for Code 2040, helping people of color and Latinx get into these technical fields and getting those things into their hands would be much appreciated. We're getting close to the last call, everyone.
Cool.
All right. Is it in range to use the quarterstaff, or do I need to use a dart?
Technically, it would be a dart. I was going to give you the melee if that's all you had, but
I could also use a different spell with more attack.
Has to be a weapon.
Has to be a weapon.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to use a dart. What is the dart? Is it D4?
yeah. I think so.
Yep. Same attack roll as your staffs, though, for the hit.
Attack roll. So what I have no custom for that. Should I just put it roll 1d4
Yeah. Sure.
plus my?
Rank?
Would it be strength?
It's probably Dex because you're a monk.
Yeah, Dex.
They're not dex based if it hasn't become clear.
Strength build if I'm able to use strength to throw it.
Sure. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're finesse, so yeah.
I'll allow it.
Right.
Strength, yes.
I rolled. Oh wait, I have to roll first to see if it hits.
When you roll to hit.
All right. So it would just be quarterstaff roll.
Sure. Yeah, it's the same mod. So yeah.
All right. Let's see, what was that?
That does not hit, but there's
All right.
one last reroll.
Use it up.
Use it up.
Let's use it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, why not?
You don't want to go home with a reroll in your pocket.
Yeah, we don't want to have extra.
Oof.
Oh, it's even worse. All right.
But you showed that whoa, what's up?
You did.
Yeah, she does another little jig, and I'm just like, okay. The shadow dances.
Lorenzo with the donation. Shout out to the charming Ripped/Pip and Alstair duo. Also, Merry Christmas. Well, thank you, Lorenzo. We appreciate it. Getting us closer to that goal. I think we're 120 away. So we got some the little engine that could. I think we can do it. But again, only if you're able, right? Okay, Pip, that was your reaction, but now it's your turn. So what would you like to do on your turn?
All right, so there's still 2 alive?
No, there's just the one towards Alice.
All right, so she's going to walk over, or march over to the one near Alice, because she's muscle mode now. And she's going to do another quarterstaff attack. And let's see if that works.
Much better.
Yeah, that one hits.
All right. Okay, so 1d4. Oh, 1d8. No, it's not a 1d4 at all.
That's beefier.
2.
All right.
All right, so a 2 plus
3.
Okay, so that's 5. And I'm going to spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows.
Okay. Do it.
All right.
Do it.
So that's an unarmed attack.
That one does.
So that's 11.
That does not hit.
All right, and the second attack.
That one does.
21. All right. So it'd be another 1d4. 3 plus 3, so that's 6.
All right. Okay. Anything else, Pip?
I think that's everything I can do.
All right. It's going to turn to you, Pip, as you are now in its grill. And it is going to do a double bite. Ooh. One is a natural 19, but then one is a 5 for a 9 total.
All right. Misses.
The 19 hits, though, right?
Oh, wait. What? Do I still have the
Unfortunately not. It only lasts a
Oh.
turn.
All right,
Sorry.
let me see. Yeah, that hits,
All
and
right.
I think I have a
So you
7.
take 7 points of piercing damage as its maw gets into you. Typo for the $10. Thank you, my friend. We're getting closer, everyone. We're getting closer.
How much was the damage?
What did I say?
7.
7 points of piercing. Sorry.
7.
I think that's the first time anyone's been actually injured.
I got
Yeah.
Artie.
I got a
Artie.
baby bite.
Yeah.
I got a little
Okay,
baby
okay.
bite. 6. Yeah.
So that leads us to Elsa. What would you like to do? You are shillelied in the door. You see Alstair going that way. You see the girl kind of sneaking around, but you also see that last Gumiho in the barn.
Now the other 2 Gumiho bodies are still there,
Yep,
right?
they are,
So it's like it's evident we've been fighting
Yep,
these.
definitely.
All right, so I'm just charge with my movement at the last remaining one, and Elsa's gonna raise her shillelagh up and just, and as she does, I'm doing a bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon. So a massive magical bastard sword materializes right above the fox demon monster, like
Alright.
the square above it, 5 feet above.
I dig.
And it's gonna just come right down, sword in the stone style, through the fox as I connect the shillelagh with its skull. So
Maximizing. Yes, I love it. All right, do it.
So I rolled the shillelaghs to hit. That was a 24 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Or that was the spiritual weapon. And the shillelagh is a 21 to hit.
Both hit.
All right, so 11 and 6 damage, respectively. So 17 total.
How do you want to do this?
Just what I said.
Just what I said.
Sword in the stone through the shoulder blades to pin it, and just
in the 11th hour, here comes Elsa running in and just like flying through the air, and so much is just happening, and just and drops this last Gumiho down.
Can you spell kill steal?
That is it. We are out of initiative. And I'm looking at the time, and I know we've almost 4 hours. Like this is unheard of. So I do want to kind of like push this forward. I'll give you some options here to kind of how would you wrap this up. So one is the girl is kind of moving around. What would you, knowing Artie what you know that the Gumiho said, what would you want to do? Alstair, how would you get the girl, and what is the plan here? So let's kind of put a bow on this and figure out how do we wrap this up.
Alistair is going to slink off as everybody's like celebrating the fight. Alistair's going to slink off to the side, and he like moves through the bushes to where the girl is, and rather than this vibrant, glowing Fae, his hair has like turned this like dark color, and his eyes have taken on a soft like white. Like a white rose, actually. And he like he looks down and like leans down. Hey, are you all right? I know that some scary things have been happening. Does the girl say anything?
Yeah, she's visibly scared. Did you help my mom?
I did everything we could. Was your mom in the basement, or was she the?
No, she wanted me to lure you all into the garage. She was very sick.
We helped her.
Garage, the barn.
She's in a. I am so sorry. She's in a better place now, though. She's no longer in pain.
She's no longer in the garage.
Alistair is going to like reach out to the child, and like with this aura of sadness is sweeping around him, and he's going to like hold the child close, and he's like, listen, don't let anyone ever tell you this, but it's okay. Tell you otherwise, but it's okay to cry. Feeling sad. Bad things happen. it's important to let it out.
Okay. And yeah, she does. She kind of like nestles into the nook of your arm and your body and begins to cry. And at that point, anybody else, what would you be doing? How do you want to wrap this up?
I think the only thing, knowing that the child, the last request of this fox mom was that she wanted her cub, or I mean her kid. But I'm gonna, for me to feel anything, I'm gonna think of her as a cub. I'll want to get her to safety and kind of find her a family.
Yeah.
So that I would push not to kill her.
Okay.
So that's all.
Anyone else?
Pip would just collect her coat and go after Alistair. She would want to help the kid get into like a town and a family, but then carry on.
But when Alistair joins the party again, he is carrying the kid, and he is returned back to that bright, overconfident self. Eladrin people. And he smiles. Things are better now. We've done our job, and we've saved the day once more.
And we've murdered a girl's family. I mean, what?
Well,
Don't worry, she's asleep while I'm saying this.
And we murdered a girl's family.
So, sorry.
Oh.
You kind of you loot the place, but in a very respective manner. You do find the dowry that was buried. You on your way back, you stop by Bayek at the monk. He is willing to adopt this child. There's a belief that she is a gift in she's seen the dark side of this curse, and she is a gift that can be kind of used for for teaching. Excuse me, it's getting late. I was thinking you got chat going, you got your brain over here. Used for teaching and kind of to seeing what can happen, right? So he's willing to adopt if you're all good with that. If the party is all good with that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Alice
Go ahead,
is going to
Alice.
take out the journal and just write a brief paragraph at the very end about how the curse was ended, and then give the notebook to the child.
Awesome. Yeah, she clutches it and keeps it and recognizes the handwriting, and yes, and knows whose it is. Anyone else want to do anything here quick with the monk in this area? Otherwise, it's
yeah, Elsa's gonna set up like a schedule to come and check on the girl and the older man every now and then. She's just gonna make like a pilgrimage from the church, back and forth, because he's older, and she wants to make sure that he's okay while raising a kid, and the kid is supported. So she's gonna like kind of keep in contact.
Nice. Yeah, a few years after that, you come back a few times, but then a couple years down the road, you see a new monastic order starting up, the Temple of the Fox, and it's Ache and Bayek. They're working towards restoring the balance between nature and civilization, with this new look on life, with this idea of seeing what the dark side has, and they're working hard to kind of make sure that doesn't happen again. So I think that's going to be the end of it, folks. I will say this before I thank the players. I do want to get people in chat. Code 2040 for that last giveaway. We didn't quite make our goal, but that's okay. You all are awesome people, and we want to get those nifty gifties into your hands. So code 2040 in the chat, and we'll figure out a winner for that. I do want to look over to my players and say thank you so much for being a part of this. I know it ran long, but we were RPing our butts off, having a good time, embracing the characters and having fun. So hopefully you all enjoyed it. I had fun, and I hope you did too. So
yeah,
GGM.
For sure.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for the game.
Thank you so much for letting me be a part of it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Typo. What do you got?
There was one really important question I needed to ask. I mean, knowing the fate of the girl, that's fine. That's cool.
What was the reward?
Alistair get his extra mule?
You took the mule from the barn,
Yeah.
so you do have a mule. It is. It doesn't have a whole lot of time left, but you do get the mule. You do find those potions that were under the bed. There's a potion of fire breath, animal friendship, and oil of slipperiness. You know, have fun with those. And you do get some, other little things. The dowry is worth a little bit if you wanted to keep that or give it to the girl. But anyways, that's it. I'll plug this one more time. This comes from the Uncaged Anthology. It's called A Wild Hunt by Kat Kruger. Check it out on DM's Guild if you like. Thank you so much for everybody that donated. Randomly Generated just told us the Roll20 fundraiser is currently up to $24,866, and we were a chunk of that, and I appreciate all of you for helping that out. Vic, nice job on your first D&D session, man. I hope you had fun.
Thank you all. I did. Thank you all for all your help and bearing with me.
Yeah, no, you did great. There were some key moments in there. You all shined. But anyways, I think we're waiting on to find a winner. But I think stick around, please, because we are going to go raid somebody, and we want to pass that love forward. I think I'm waiting on confirmation from. Oh, hey, Typo, you're the winner, my friend.
Oh, congrats.
Look at that. You have won. What did you win? The Skull Splitter mug and a 20 gift card to Fountain Manor. Nice job, my man.
Nice.
I'll stare for the win.
It's all coming up, Alistair. The most undeserving of all.
Are we rating? I need to know. Are we rating?
Yep.
I like to think.
We are rating. Okay, ready to raid. Hey, send us on the way. Thank you all. Stick around. Tell them FeatherFall sent you, and tell them how much fun you had. You don't
Thanks,
have
everyone.
to do that. Just tell them we sent you. But I think we are rating Roll20. So, all right. Peace out, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Happy holidays.
We are out.